Hello and welcome back to The Rising Dawn, A Merchant's Revenge. I'm R, your DM for this evening. Are we ready to go?
Yes,
Please. Let the adventure begin. We catch up with the Dawnbringers after a turbulent day in which Cassian received a message from the mysterious organisation of secret keepers, the Golem, asking to meet at long last, and confessed what he said was his final secret, that he'd been inducted into their ranks many years back, although he thought little of it. The party split up to make preparations for the raid on the Smuggler's Fortress, whilst Astra better got to know his estranged nephew Finn and the people of the Nature Commune, Melora's Circle. They later reunited, and growing tensions dissolved into heated discussion about the epiphany that Astra would one day leave them, to return to his people, no longer ever engaging with the outside world, and so never again speaking with the Dawnbringers. Unresolved, but put aside for now, the party met with Nestor, an odd and indifferent agent from the Gorgon, who explained their previous adventures had caught the organisation's attention and requested their help influencing Fergus towards the best outcome when replacing the ailing Lake Lord. He produced a rough blueprint of the fortress and asked them to look for information on corruption within Fergus whilst inside, and regarding the illegal trade of Firium, a bizarre arcane metal ore unique to the area. The party returned to Melora's Circle to make their plans for infiltrating the stronghold and wind down the day in the company of the commune, which ended with no small number of confessions and otherwise rising tensions between the group. In the following morning, however, a different tension arose, when the cart instrumental to their infiltration plan failed to show up at Stalingrad Farm, and the party were forced to head to the stronghold without a planned way inside. Sending his familiar ahead, Astra was the first to see signs that something was fundamentally wrong at the fortress. The front gates open, the air full of spores and the stench of rotting flesh, the courtyard wildly overgrown with plant life, and the bodies of the smugglers scattered around inside with fungus growing out of open wounds and orifices. And finally came the deafening roar and fetid stench of the smuggler's secret weapon, a huge, repugnant troll. Astra. Bramble turns for you to see this 9-foot monstrosity, its deceptively thin body covered in thick, rubbery green flesh that looks as though it's torn and burst around the creature's frame, peeling back in places and exposing the throbbing muscles underneath. It almost seems to slough off onto the ground as the creature moves, like a dripping tap of skin. Its elongated arms hang too long for its frame, ending in huge blackened claws, and the top of its lumpy, misshapen head grows stringy, hair-like lumps, which swing as it lurches forward hunched over. Its breath is hot against Bramble's skin, and the skin around its huge yellow teeth is rotting away, more lichen and mould seeming to spread over its face, as the thin, vine-like tentacles begin to poke out of open wounds. It lets out another rattling roar, and swipes out in Bramble's direction with both of its clawed hands, and then your senses through your familiar are snuffed out. You return to yourself in the forest, chest heaving and body stilled in shock. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
It's a natural 1, so 2.
Astra comes back to his senses, eyes no longer misted over, just falls to his knees and retches and throws up.
Astra?
Are you okay?
Sariel's like crouching in front of him. Just breathe. You're okay. You're right.
What happened? You were seeing through your familiar's eyes, right?
Pass him some water.
Down some of it.
What was that?
So much death. So much death.
What?
There was, I don't know what, spores and vines, and everyone inside was dead. And then something, a troll, but it didn't look like the troll that we'd seen, covered in vines with. It took Bramble out.
spores?
They were already dead.
Everyone.
Something from the inside took them out. What?
This doesn't make any sense.
Is this like something that any of us have heard of? Like something happening this quickly, seeing as we saw them all alive and well yesterday?
No. I don't think anyone would have heard of anything like this. If it was one of the people vying for Lake Lord, surely they would have come back and claimed something already.
Precisely.
I don't think anyone knows about this. We should get there and we should check it out.
I don't know if we could do it alone.
And also we need to think about how we're getting in. If
The doors were open.
doors are open and there's some sort of troll, we don't just want to waltz in unless we're ready for a full frontal attack.
We need help.
From who?
Astra is just going to cast sending.
Okay.
Astra is going to send a message to Nesta.
Okay.
Just still on the floor, just Nesta, things at the fort aren't exactly what they were. Think we'll need some backup. If you can assist.
It's a few moments, then you hear back. Stay where you are.
Sounds pissed off.
That's it.
With that instruction, it goes quiet again. Not a bad idea. If nothing else, maybe you can point us in the direction of allies.
Potentially. So what, are we walking in the front door, or are we going to try and climb up the side?
I guess if they're all dead, no one's going to stop us if we try and scale the walls, but
We can just stay quiet if we go in. Because if it's just the troll that's wandering around, it was kind of a way in. Bramble have made it through the door and the main area, and
I can still turn the three of us invisible.
sure.
we'll, I guess, see what we could do. Get close enough and move quietly. I mean, at the very least, we would have taken back the stronghold if we take out the troll, right?
It's true.
And we don't have to think about whether or not we're going to kill them or try and catch them.
I mean, we should see if perhaps there's any survivors inside.
See if they can tell us what happened.
Great.
Great.
So we just go in the front door.
Why not?
Wait for now, though.
Yeah.
See if... We don't know how long he's going to be to catch up, but
It sounded like he was on his way.
might as well just sit.
Just rub Astra's back a little bit.
Move away from the.
Yeah.
The bomb.
Give you some more water and like some dry bread out of our rations to kind of soak up the queasy feeling. And before long, just stepping out of the shadows.
Bushman.
For 1 second there's nothing, and the next moment there is once again this 5'11", pale, almost translucent figure with white hair in his black clothes.
There he is.
And he just strolls right up to you quite casually.
When you say he's like almost translucent and stuff, does he look like the dead assassin from Sanskrit?
He does indeed.
Oh, okay.
He is a changeling.
Okay.
Ah.
Cool. Yeah, we have seen a changeling before.
He walks up to you. He has his hands tucked in his pockets as he walks up. So what's going on?
I sent my familiar forward into the fort, and everyone in there is dead.
Did someone get there first?
You said there were vines and spores.
Vines, spores, troll, and it's covered in vines itself, with skin falling off.
I suppose it's probably worth getting a closer look.
If you wouldn't mind accompanying us, I feel like we might need the help.
Very presumptuous of you,
It is.
but sure.
Just thought I was doing the rational thing.
The time that we've waited for him, is that long enough to go to shoot a short rest or no?
No.
Okay.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. He was like right behind us, huh?
Always is. Right, so we're just walking in the front and dealing with the troll.
Suppose so.
It didn't look natural. I don't. I think we should at least save. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit.
Breathe.
We shouldn't leave something like this to just run amok inside this fort in case it starts spreading out.
Yeah, it could escape and just get into the town.
Exactly.
Well then, let's move quickly before anyone else happens on it.
Mm. And if there's these plants creating spores, we should burn them to the ground. Doesn't seem right.
Maybe everyone cover your mouths with something.
You can all wrap something around your faces. It's a vague attempt to cover your mouths from the spores and keep going. The four of you and Nesta take off towards the fort. We've now got less than half a mile to go. It's maybe 15 minutes of walking. And finally the group reaches the outside of the stronghold. Everyone now once again seeing for themselves this towering fortress of limestone lined with battlements and towers on walls, climbing up steep banks. The wooden bridge entrance seems sturdy, the first half of it covered and the second open, bottlenecking any potential invaders into the huge iron-studded front doors, until the defences lining the walls can be used to shoot them down easily, like fish in a barrel. With no one on the walls now, it's eerily quiet, knowing what you're about to walk into. Crossing the bridge quietly, you move up to the doors themselves, slightly ajar, and push through. On the other side, a narrow stone corridor leads to the first courtyard, just wide enough to get a cart down. The far end of the corridor has a portcullis with an iron-barred gate, and the walls above the corridor have huge metal buckets hanging from them, which you would have seen yesterday can be used to pour hot oil over invaders. You approach down towards it, and you see that this portcullis is closed from the other side. There is a winch system just through, with like a handle for basically lifting the gate.
Can anybody get through?
I can jump to the other side.
Oh yeah, good point.
I can see it, so
Be careful.
just be ready. Misty step.
You misty step through just to the other side, and immediately you see this huge crank with these massive chains going up to lift the gate.
Crank, 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 crank.
As you start to crank it up, a pungent, almost floral smell, sickly and cloistering, burns the inside of your nostrils. Immediately, everywhere, these little dust-like spores float through the air, thick and heavy, and this space is unnaturally hot. But before long, you manage to crank the portcullis up just enough to get everyone through.
Switch underneath.
The group of you move inside. You see the thin, throbbing lines of what looks like roots stretching out across the courtyard, in this large, odd-shaped space with cobble floors and these stacked-up stone walls. You can see several doors, which you saw in your vision through Bramble's eyes. The first two of which are to your immediate left, on the other side of the portcullis, and one of which is broken off its hinges. At the far side of the courtyard, a staircase climbs to the higher levels, which is covered in plant life now. Up close, it looks like the plants themselves are unnaturally alive, entirely fungal and alien and throbbing, as though something created not by nature at all. The troll is not immediately in sight.
Good.
The group take a few steps forward. The longer you stand there, the hotter you feel. Already a thin layer of sweat forming over your skin. You can feel the spores latching onto you wherever they touch clothing or skin, and much to your horror, they melt flat and sticky against anything they touch, seeping into the fabric and into the pores of your skin in much the same fashion, leaving a faint dusting of yellow.
Oh, I have exposed arms.
Across the courtyard, part of the floor has collapsed behind the keep, a large hole leading down to an underground level. As you walk between them, careful not to step on them, you see these throbbing veins of root seem to be filled with some sort of liquid tracing intricate pathways across the ground. You count, you think, 12 corpses Some of them are so far gone in their strange transformation into fungus, you aren't sure whether they make up 1 or 2 people. Their skin is blanched and mottled, eyes hollowed or full of more fungus. Plant life grows out of open wounds, and to your horror, you realise the roots seem to sink into their skin as though extensions of their own veins. Then the sound of something heavy dragging from inside the nearest door arch draws your attention from the corpses. You see now this huge troll, rotting flesh sloughing off its body, and more fungal-like growths in the joints of its limbs. It bares its awful teeth and lets out a howl of anger. And the bodies on the floor start to rise from the ground.
No!
Behind you, a web of vines snakes up the wall and over the portcullis.
No!
Locking you inside. I would like you to roll initiative.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Astra.
I got 14, mate.
14, mate.
A 9.
A 9. Sariel.
23.
As you come in through the portcullis and it closes behind you, 8 of these bodies rise up from the floor and you see the troll coming out from the other corner. Sariel, you are up first.
Okay. She will, let's see, reach into her pouch of stuff, take out a little handful of ash, crumble it up in her hands and touch it with her staff.
Ooh.
And will cast Summon Elemental.
Okay.
Where are we going to put it?
Where are you going to put
She
it?
can put it anywhere within 90 feet.
So that piece of wood there, by the way, represents the hole.
The hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
The troll hole.
Nearly.
Let's start on the troll, I guess. She'll put it next to the troll.
Okay, you've got a little mini.
A little fire
there.
elemental will form next to
Blip, blip, blip.
the troll, and while it looks like a sort of amorphous bipedal something while it stood still, when it moves it has sort of long, lithe, graceful limbs of a woman and long hair flowing behind it.
Oh!
Help us! The elemental goes after my turn in the initiative order, so like straight after me. It can make a multi-attack. Number of attacks equal to half the spell's level, so it's a 4th level spell, it can attack twice.
Okay.
And it will make 2 attacks at the troll, I guess.
Nice.
So to hit is my spell attack modifier, so it's a +5 to hit.
Yep.
First one is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay, and I'll do the other one just to see if it does hit. So the other one is a 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
Okay, cool. So first attack, so it's 1d10 +4 plus the spell's level, so +8.
Hope.
So 11 points of fire damage.
Ooh, okay.
And 18 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Hell yeah.
As this thing just sort of leaps around it and swipes at it with its fiery arms.
Nice. Is that your whole turn?
That is my turn, yes.
Flame wife.
Flame wife.
I guess actually I will move to engage this guy.
Engage.
Okay.
Engage.
Zombo.
I'm weak for a Star Trek reference.
Engage.
Vanden will charge up to the nearest of the zombos.
This one?
Yep.
Get it, lad.
Zomboni.
Zomboni-oni.
And take a swipe at it with his longsword to kind of get a gist of how strong these things are. That is a 25, that will hit.
Nice.
D10. Nice. You see he brings his longsword down into this thing and carves a massive wound into it that, considering the undead you've seen in the past might have taken them down, this thing barely looks harmed.
Ooh.
At which point he will drop the sword into one hand for a second and hunter's mark it and then swing again.
Get it, lad.
Taking a second swipe at it, he will call back over his shoulder. Not that easy to take down.
Great.
The troll's turn. The troll lets out a "Arrgh!" of anger at this fire elemental thing, as you see where its skin has been sloughing off, that it doesn't start to regenerate.
Sick.
Ooh.
Use fire! Use fire!
It is going to. It's not very smart, but the elemental won't get a opportunity attack because it's a summon.
Oh my god, no.
It's going to charge towards Sariel, who is the closest thing. It's not an ally.
It's real bad. It's
Hello.
awful.
I fucking hate it so much.
Mostly because it is not. It's afraid of the fire, so it's not going to try and fight that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to take.
Oh no, Sarah, you're too small.
One elongated arm swipes out towards you with these massive black claws.
Oh no.
That's a natural one.
Cool.
As you see it lumbering towards you and you're able to duck under it. Missing you with the first one, it's just going to try and hit you with the second one. That's just as low.
Good.
Tight.
Whiff.
In anger,
Oh.
it's going to try and bite you. It bends down towards you and you feel this hot breath and this fetid stench going up your nose as it tries to take a bite out of you with its yellow teeth. Oh, that is a 22.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
No. So in rage, it's going to do 8 points of piercing damage plus 21 points of necrotic damage
Ooh.
as its teeth sink into your shoulder. And everyone will see this troll bend down and just take a bite out of Sariel. Okay, that's the troll's turn. You don't have to make a concentration saving throw or anything.
I do actually. It is a concentration spell.
Oh jeez.
Roll it first.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 29 points of damage.
So.
14.
Oh Jesus. No, the elemental's gone.
Oh well.
Goodbye.
As it sinks its teeth down into Sariel's shoulder, the elemental just disappears. Okay.
That bastard.
The first zombies. So, I'm gonna say these first ones are the 4 on that side.
Okay.
They can move 20 feet, so they will move 20 feet towards the group.
You including this one?
That's engaged with Vanden, so might as well attack him.
Okay.
It just leans forward towards him, the first zombie, and just breathes out. You see this huge cloud of spores just like engulf his head for a moment. He has to make a constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
That's his dice.
This is always.
At least it's
We
always.
just made it. You see him sort of go dizzy for a moment and then like swipe the spores away. Okay. Astra, it's your turn.
Okay.
I would say, in fact, from the other 3 who can't reach anyone, you just see a cloud of spores start drifting out of their skin. Astra, it's your turn.
Okay. So, in a 20-foot cube, Astra's cloak is going to glow, and 4 little sparks are going to go towards the 4 zombies in front of Vanden as he casts fairy fire towards them.
I think you can only get 3
3 of them, yeah,
Yeah,
because
3.
the furthest are 5 squares apart.
Okay, I will use
So
whichever one.
these 3 or those 3?
Those 3.
So they make a.
Dex 14 save for me, please.
That's 3 failures.
Nice.
Whoa.
Sick. So boop, boop,
Boop.
and boop.
One of
666.
them's Hunter's marked as well.
Oh yeah.
And Vanden is concentrating on Hunter's mark.
I will stay near the gate.
Okay.
But my bonus action is going to be a Mantle of Inspiration, so pulling my loot forward, strumming on it. So I will give you guys Mantle of Inspiration, which means that you could have got temporary hit points, but more importantly, it means you can move up to your speed without opportunity attacks
Okay.
immediately.
Sariel will run through the troll's legs then to go behind it.
Oh,
Sariel, you will get the 8 temporary hit points because you lost them.
Okay, cool.
In which case. Our full movement, you say?
Yep, full movement. And that's your reaction.
Everyone's going to come over here.
Nice.
Vanden will move towards the troll. Not all the way.
How far?
Stand next to me, or
He wants to be like in front of Astra. He basically wants to
Like that?
make sure the troll doesn't move towards his allies. The zombie will take an opportunity attack.
no, it won't.
No, oh, it won't. Great. Okay. Is that your whole turn?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Cassian.
He's gonna continue to back up this way. Can he get up here, or is that?
Yeah, that's a staircase up to the next level, but it is a little bit further of your movement.
So he was here.
Oh yeah, you can make that in 30 feet.
Cool. He's gonna go up here, and then I'm trying to think. 20-foot radius sphere. Whether I can get all of these guys and this guy, or just all of these guys.
You can't get him, but
Okay.
you can get all of those 5.
Okay.
So, Cassian will back the way up the stairs, and then, holding out a hand, he uses his finger to draw a tiny circle in front of him, and in the sky above, a much larger circle traces out, and from it, just a plummet of seawater strikes all of these zombies as he casts the Deep Unleashed.
Ooh!
Can they all make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Let's have a look.
Roll low, zombos.
Oh no, sweet zombos.
Roll the first 4 in the first group, and then I'll roll the other one. Oh, okay. We have a 22, so that one's going to make it.
Yeah.
12,
No.
13,
No.
10.
So 3 fail.
And then the last one is 21.
Okay, 3 fail, 2 succeed.
Yeah.
So the ones who fail take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The ones who succeed take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Then the ones who fail take 15 points of cold damage
Okay.
and can't move until my next turn. Their speed is 0.
Nice.
The other ones take 7 points of cold damage and still have their movement
Okie dokie.
as this layer of seawater just settles and soaks into the ground.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
3 of them just stunned into complete stillness, like they've frozen in spot.
Nice.
Alright. It is Nesta's turn.
Go on, Nesta.
What are you gonna do, Nesta?
Cassian, from your vantage point, you will see Nesta still stood behind Astra until this point, just start to shimmer until his body is completely spectral.
Okay.
He will move straight up to the troll.
Hello.
To flank?
Or he can't flank yet because nobody stood right in front of it. Oh no, Sariel is stood behind it. Yes, to flank then. He will move right up to the troll to flank and pull out from the back of his belt like this huge Bowie knife. The blade's like half the length of a short sword. And he's gonna take an attack. An advantage!
It's an even shorter sword.
Large knife, short sword.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit. Who's gonna get sneak attack? I get to roll sneak attack.
Oh my god! Rogues!
I get to roll sneak attack. I need more d6s. Hell yeah!
I love that song.
His regular damage is going to be 8 points.
His sneak attack damage.
10, 20, 26, 28. As Sariel, you see this spectral form of your new ally appear on the other side of the troll, and this, I suppose, spectral knife just go straight in for a vital organ and pull back out again to this like putrid greenish blood pouring down its front as he delivers 34 points of damage.
My god!
Christ.
Rogues, man.
And it is the zombie's turn. Okay, the one next to the troll is going to move forwards to Vanden. If the one next to the crate can as well, it will.
Yeah, it's 20 feet.
The other one's going to start going towards the staircase. It won't be able to get very far, 20 feet. Yeah.
Hello.
Here it comes.
What about this guy?
In the corner.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Him hiding.
Like, 10, 15, 20, still can't quite reach Sariel.
Hooray.
Okay, the 2 on Vanden then.
Always poor Vanden.
Neither of those are going to hit. Okay, as they both try and take swings. Oh no, they make 2 slams.
Come on,
Slams.
1 will hit. for a whopping total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
Back to the top of the round, Sariel.
So are we, like, this is an open air sort of
Yes.
courtyard. We can see the sky.
Yeah.
She will hold up her staff to the clouds, which will darken and start to swirl around each other and crackle with lightning.
Yes.
And she will cast Call Lightning and bring down a lightning bolt on this guy.
Nice.
How much space is he taking up?
About 10 foot.
Okay, so she will, having seen Nesta come up, she will position it a little bit behind the troll,
Okay.
because it hits everything in a 5 foot radius.
Cool.
So can it make a dex save?
How dexterous is this troll?
How dexterous
no.
is this troll? 6.
That's fail, so it'll take 3d10 of lightning damage.
Delicious.
9, 11 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
You're now
Don't think
concentrating.
I am.
Don't think it even has the smarts to try and dodge out the way. It's got a -3 intelligence.
Ooh.
Not the troll.
Troll is
concentrating. No, trolls never concentrate.
I
on
don't think it
anything
has the
else
smarts.
alive.
Okay.
And, yeah, so the lightning storm is still raging up above us.
Nice. Vanden's turn. He will move his hunter's mark onto one of these enemies in front of him now.
Cool. Shh. Say this guy.
Yeah. And swing.
Swing.
What does he ever do? He swings.
Sorry, he's moving his hunter's mark.
You are now the zombie I'm looking for.
One of those will not hit, but the other one will.
Come on, lad.
Nice. Carves another chunk out one of these zombies.
Nice.
It is the troll's turn.
Uh-oh.
Who are you going to smash, troll?
Odd, Nesta is even.
Okay.
Odd.
Oh no.
So, it can't really see Nesta very well,
Yeah.
and it's just turned around, struck by lightning in confusion. It's going to try and bite you again. That's a 19.
Yeah, it is.
For 9 points of piercing damage and 14 points of necrotic damage. It will see that happen and swing a claw towards you and a claw towards Nesta. Oh, okay. That's a dirty 20 to hit you with the claw.
Okay.
Which is going to be 8 points of slashing damage and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Sariel's looking a bit big.
And that is also going to hit Nesta at disadvantage because he's invisible, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Swipes down one claw at Sariel and probably Astra from where you're stood. Cassian, you can't see behind the keep. Just slashes another claw through her, and one goes the other way, and the sort of spectralness flickers on Nesta's body. The zombos, 3 of them can't move.
Nope.
They just continue to release spores into the air.
Oh, bad.
One can, and he's too far away from anyone.
I mean, he's going to make his way. Which way does he want to go?
He'll move towards Astra.
Closest
enemy.
4.
And still releasing spores. How
Ew.
far do they...
Yeah, how far does spores go?
20 foot.
Oh!
And everyone has an intelligence of 2 or higher, so... Astra, you and Vanden can now communicate telepathically.
Oh!
Oh! What?
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 Hello.
Hi.
This is uncomfortable.
I mean, it's kind of pleasant.
And you hear...
No, it's not.
Oh, it's part of the hive mind!
Okay. Oh, the mushroom hive mind.
That's the zombie's turn. Astra.
Oh, no.
This new telepathic connection with the zombie and with Vanden is very bizarre, but it's your turn.
Right. Well, I hate this. Because Vanden's quite close, he's going to hear Astra's music get very quiet for a minute, very low. And can the troll make a con 14 save for me, please?
Ooh. Please say no. Please say no.
Please.
That's a good con.
Oh no. Please. Damn it.
That's over 20.
Damn it, it doesn't make it then. The music just sounds really slow and quiet for a minute as I tried to cast a large reduce on him.
Oh! That would have been so good!
So funny.
Shrink the troll.
That's what my plan was. Oh well, shit, that didn't work, did it? That's what you'll hear. Good try though. You can only assume, can't you? And then again, I will use my second bardic inspiration to, as I'm still playing, temporary hit point up Sariel, and you use your movement to get the fuck away immediately without reactions.
How many temporary hit points?
8.
She will move behind this guy.
Nice. Okay. Cassian.
I mean, there's still a very tasty group of zombies. He's just going to cast the same spell again.
Nice.
And I think it's like just about 40 between these two.
Yeah, if you place it right.
In the middle, then I will get all of those zombos and avoid my allies.
So they make a
A
dex
constitution save
again.
of 15.
Okay, so that's the same ones
6.
plus one more.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first 4. Oh, they all make it,
Okay.
Still half damage though.
Yeah.
and the other 2 also make it. That's half damage for all.
It's chipping away though.
Okay. So 8, 4 bludgeoning damage. 16, 8 cold damage.
So 12. 12. Was that in total? Or is that halved already?
That's me halving.
Cool. Okay, so that was
Cassian.
12 points of damage.
Total, yeah.
The first one, the one without the hunter's mark anymore, goes down,
sorry.
but
And he's gonna move.
This one.
that's fine. Yeah, that one goes down, but I've got to see if it stays down. Hang on. So 17 it needs. Constitution. It doesn't make it. It stays down.
Yes.
So one of them goes down.
Okay, that's a start.
Nesta's turn. Get him.
Get him, Nesta.
Doesn't get sneak attack without
Advantage.
advantage.
Or an ally.
Oh no, I'm sorry. As a bonus action, he can just give himself advantage.
Okay.
He's just going to give himself advantage on the troll.
Alright. He deserves it.
That's a crit.
No! Oh god, when rogues crit, oh god!
With advantage in sneak attack.
I don't have enough d6s.
Do you need
I
sneak
have-
How many do
I
you
need to
need?
get another one out. I need 8 d6s
Oh.
to do this.
My god!
7 d6s plus his knife.
Ah! How high a level are you, sir?
More than us.
I'm glad I asked him along now.
Yeah.
Not really shaking them, just bouncing them. Okay.
Christ.
When rogues crit, man.
So that's a 2 on the knife, so 4 plus 4, so that's 8 from the knife. Plus 12, 20, 24, 27,
56. 52.
54.
54.
Fucking hell.
I did math real quick then. 54.
So Sariel, Vanden, Astra, you'll all see again as his spectral form sort of flickers in and out. He just flips his knife around in his hand and just goes for another vital.
I'm glad I invited you.
He doesn't look fazed by any of this situation.
But he does look phased.
And that is what Nesta is going to do. That means it's the Zombo's
Be
turn.
on a square, please.
Okay, so one of them is right next to Sariel now.
Yes.
Yes. And then
I guess it will turn around and attack Sariel because why would it do anything else? And then of the remaining ones,
2 on Vanden and 1 is coming towards Cassian.
the ones coming towards Cassian will get up to the top.
I really like this one because it just looks like it's sort of like,
And I think
1, 2, 3, 4.
Move one square quite closer, but it still can't do anything.
Dad dancing its way towards you.
Is it sporing?
It is indeed sporing.
I'm part of the hive mind
You
now.
join the hive mind, Cassian. Your usual telepathy just connects with Vanden, Astra, zombies.
There's fucking zombies everywhere.
Oh, hello.
Oh, what?
It's something to do with these spores.
Whatever.
The two on Vanden will.
Slam.
One of them is going to release the spores from its mouth again.
Ew.
So he's going to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, he makes that. The other one is going to try and slam twice.
Come on and slam.
One of those will hit. How much is it? Gosh. 6. 6. Still got temporary hit points from aid.
Nice.
And the one on Sariel is going to force you to make a Constitution saving throw as it breathes in your face. Another fetid cloud of spores spreads out around your head.
3.
3. You sort of try and hold your breath, but it goes up your nose, and immediately you just start to hallucinate. Stop exactly where you are, and your arms fall limp. You see whatever your favourite sight would be to see. Sun coming up over the copper hills, water glistening on the lake, and you just stay like that.
Am I stunned or?
You are currently poisoned.
Oh, good.
You are incapacitated, but at the end of your turn you can repeat the saving throw.
Oh, good.
Goody goody.
It is your turn.
So I can't do anything, like attack or anything. Does my concentration stay up for the lightning storm?
Yeah.
Cool.
You
Okay.
haven't taken any damage.
What does poison actually mean? Disadvantage on it. Oh, good.
But you're incapacitated as well.
Yeah, all it means for this is that you're incapacitated by the hallucination.
Okay.
So you just have to make the saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Do I count as poisoned though, because poisoned has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks?
Poison target is incapacitated whilst it hallucinates. Yes, you will count as poisoned even if you come out of the hallucination.
It says attack rolls and ability checks, not saving throws. So,
Yeah, this is fine. You can roll this straight.
okay. Another con save. That's a natural 1.
Oof. You just sink further into this hallucination, just perfectly happy with what you're seeing, completely forgetting about the situation around you. The lightning stays up, crackling in the sky. Vanden's just gonna swing first attack at the one with the hunter's mark on it. That's gonna hit. At last, it goes down.
Hooray!
Which one? The hunter's marked one?
Yeah. He will move the hunter's mark to the one next to it. Why not?
Okay. Oh, is it going to get back up or not?
Oh, that's a good point. Took 17.
Back up.
I don't think it can. 5 plus 17. No.
Bye.
He will swing his second attack at the other one with the hunter's mark now
Yeah.
moved.
Go on, sir.
And that hits as well.
Hey!
Nice.
He can't use it again on this turn, but 6. The troll. Letting out another roar, it's just going to push forward.
Oh god, barrel into everyone.
Yeah. That's just now going to have to be on the base of it.
I gone for a ride.
It's going to force its way close enough that it can almost reach Astra if Vanden wasn't standing in the way. In fact,
Does it have a reach?
it can. It's just that the floor also counts as the floor. It's like the base is too big.
Yeah.
The troller's floor.
The troller's floor. So it's going to move up into that gap. It's got Vanden, Nesta, and Astra
Oh,
all
God.
surrounding it now as it forces its way forwards.
It's flanked though.
It is flanked.
It's very, very flanked.
It's very
right now.
flanked.
It is going to swing a claw at Astra and just try and swipe down the people it can see properly.
Bah.
That's a 16.
That hits. I should have bought that shield.
You're going to take 13 points of slashing damage and 2 points of necrotic.
Does you want to make a save for me, babes?
Go, babe.
Sure.
Do you want to make a, what save is it? Dex save for me, 14.
Let's try.
As he hits
That's a crit.
Oh, so it's half.
Okay.
As he hits Astra, and Astra just hellish rebukes back.
Get it! Get it, lad!
Just very unimpressed with this whole situation.
Whoa.
24 fire damage, so half down to 12.
Nice.
Nice.
It will swing its second claw out as this flame like sort of comes up its body and starts to fizzle away at the skin around the muscle. Swing its second claw towards Nesta as it sort of swings around. That will hit. And try and take a jump out of Vanden.
Chomp.
Jump! 8.
No.
Okay, and as it stops there, and because it's only just taken the fire damage, so it's not since its last turn, it's on this turn. All three of you are going to take 2d10s of necrotic damage.
Ooh. From just being in its space?
Just from being in its face.
Ooh, bad.
The odour of it like spreads out, and you find yourselves like starting to ache through your bodies as you take 16 points of necrotic damage. That will take half.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
Awful.
that's the troll's turn. Our zombos.
Oh Christ.
We've got 3 left in the first group.
Yeah. They're not smart. They will just move towards the closest people.
I guess Astra, Vanden, and Vanden. Or whoever. Whoever they want to hit, I guess.
Okay. First one on Astra. Has you flanked. It will try and slam. First attack is over 20.
Yeah.
And the second one is over 20.
Okay.
For a total of 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okie dokie.
The second one flanked on Vanden. That will hit. That won't hit, so 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
And then the third one could go for either of us.
The third one is going to force you to make a Constitution saving throw as it releases the cloud to everything within 5 feet of it.
Please save.
That's a nat 20, 29.
Nice.
Sorry, that was. I felt like I jumped.
Throw hands.
That's a nat 1. And Vanden just like Sariel goes slack and starts staring.
It's just right in front of the troll, huh?
Okay, that was those 3. Astra, it's your turn.
Bonus action on Sariel. I'm going to give you Bardic Inspiration. You'll get an inspiration die of 1d8 for 10 minutes to add to your saving throws, ability checks, or attack rolls.
Thanks, babe.
That's my last Bardic Inspiration. And then for my spell right now, everything that's within 5 feet of me, make a Con 12 save, please. Including Vanden, if it will knock him out of this.
Okay. Con 12. So that's 2 zombos and the troll. Yeah, and Vanden. So, troll. It's a 16.
That makes it.
The 2 zombos. A 10 and an 11.
Cool, they don't make it.
And then Vanden.
Come on, Vanden. High con.
Low con, please.
21.
That's something you make it, sorry. So Astra just like slams a heel down on the floor as Word of Radiance, just radiant light bursts out of him, and 9 radiant damage against the zombos.
Nice.
Yes, the zombos. Okay, they look very, very rough.
Good.
Get those zombos down.
And then, yeah, that's all I can do right now.
Okay. That is the end of Astra's turn. Cassian.
It's Eldritch Blast.
Nice,
One
do it.
on each of the still fairy fired ones.
Go for it.
So, first one. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Second one. Even higher.
Perfect.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. The first one will take 10 points of force damage.
The first one goes down.
Yes.
Let me see if it gets back up again. It does not.
Oh wait, Did you roll those at advantage, darling?
Yeah.
You did, okay.
And the second one takes 7 points of force damage.
Second one's still just up.
Okay. And then how high up is the platform I'm on?
So it was 25 feet up.
25 feet, okay. Higher than I wanted it to be.
You think you're jumping?
Yes, I was thinking of jumping.
You could do it with a dex save.
Fuck it. How much of my movement would it take up? Would it take 25 feet or would
No. It'd take 5 feet of movement to
it
jump.
take 5 feet of my
And I would
movement?
say you can include lowering yourself as far as you can before you drop. So
Yes.
that you're not just dropping a whole 25 feet.
17?
17. Yeah, I'd say you can land on your feet. It's aching, but it doesn't do any damage.
Okay, so that's 5 feet of movement?
Yeah.
And then 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Start running into the fray.
Nice.
This one zombie just like, ah!
That's the point!
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
As you start to run over, you hear Nesta's voice from this like shivering spectral form. We gotta get this thing down.
No shit.
Do I have to do everything myself?
No.
God.
Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna hit.
Ooh.
1 second. At advantage as well.
Damn.
It do happen.
I mean, he has done like 80 points of damage on it, so
It can't all be wins, Nesta.
no,
Yeah, just misses.
show off.
As this troll like is still swinging its arms around. He's like, oh, can't quite hit it this time.
Or do I have to do everything myself?
The zombos. The one that was at the top is. Are you smart enough? Just walks off the side. Bye!
Walks off the side where? Like which way? Like
Just like falls off.
there or there?
Towards
Or...
where Cassian.
Okay, cool. Just
Just
falls down the
so it
stairs.
would be right next to the wall. Like there. Yeah. It will take some full damage if it does so.
Cool.
There's one on Sariel and one Hunter's marked one.
Yes. The one on Sariel. So it will take 2 slams at you. One doesn't hit. Oh no, wait, it's a 16. It will hit.
Yep.
And the other one's a crit.
Good.
Oh, Sariel. Oh, Sariel, we're really in it now.
Okay, so let's resolve the non-crit first for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And the other one... Oh, it was a 1 on the dice. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. She's still up. Just
And then there's the 2 hunted marked one.
Just one
Just one
Hunter's
Hunter's
mark.
Between Cassian and Vanden.
Cassian, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
engage. Ooh.
Nat 1.
Oh no.
Hallucinate.
Oh no.
Okay. Top of the round. Sariel, can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You can wait until you've rolled to use the inspiration, so if you get the nat 20, you can keep the inspiration.
Okay. So +1 to 1. That's a dirty 20.
Nice. You come out of the hallucination.
She will. Primal Savagery, this one that's on her.
Okay.
Please. Ooh, that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
For 11 acid damage.
Nice. Okay. You come out of the hallucination and just slash across this zombie. Bits of undead flesh and rotting mushrooms flying off everywhere.
And then she's going to move, like still like within its range, just so she can see what's going on.
Okay. You can see immediately 2 of your allies, Vanden and Cassian, just also in this state of hallucination. And Astra backed into a corner against the gate.
Okay.
Vanden will make a Constitution saving throw.
Go on, Vanden.
Yeah, that's better.
Nice.
He comes out of it as well.
Nice.
And he's going to look around. Is it the Hunter's Mark one that's on Cassian? I can't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
He's going to look around at the one that's just moved towards Cassian, and the fact Cassian's also just swaying here now, and move forwards towards that one.
Leaving melee ranges.
Oh boy.
So you would have an opportunity attack from this guy and the troll.
We're still in the troll's range.
Oh, still in the troll's range, okay.
Just from Mr. Slam.
Okay, Mr. Slam.
Come on and slam. He misses.
Cool.
Hey.
And he will, I guess he can't flank with someone who's incapacitated. He will miss with his first attack, apparently. Still woozy. And his second attack.
Wow.
Well then.
He's out of it.
He is still slightly woozy from the spores he's breathed in, just...
Seeing sections of his hallucination
Yeah.
still fading.
The troll.
Hello.
Troll.
The troll.
Troll.
Is now staring directly at Astra.
Oh no!
As it just leans down with its putrid yellow teeth and tries to bite. Looking directly at him. Oh, you dodge out of the way. It's slow enough that you just sort of step back and you see these jaws snap closed in front of you. There's like gross saliva dribbling down its chin.
Oh, I don't think so.
Putrid.
And anger it will swipe at you and at Vanden. That's a 17 to hit you. 2d6 plus 1d10. 18 points of damage from the claw.
Okay.
And at Vanden, not gonna hit. Okay. There's the 2 zombos left. One of which is gonna just try and slam Astra twice. It's gonna hit on 15 and does 20, so both.
Hit with it.
8. 13 points in total.
Well, with the 8, I went down.
Oh,
Oh Jesus!
so that was 8, and then you will lose a death save.
Fuck!
Knock him over.
Astra crumples to the ground as he's pushed back against this closed gate.
Oh no.
The remaining one's going to move towards Cassian, who's still up on his feet and incapacitated.
Hello.
Boy, we're getting mullered.
I'm fine.
Cassian's been out of the way. It's going to try and slam twice. If it had, does it have the movement to flank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in which case it will do them at advantage. A 16
Hits.
and the other one doesn't. So you'll take 3 points of slam damage.
Alright.
Slammage.
I'm having a nice time on the beach.
And Astra, I am going to make your death saving throw. Ooh. The danger dice.
Oh god.
Okay. Cassie, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
Make it on save.
How does that feel?
11.
11 doesn't quite make it, I'm afraid.
I will continue to enjoy my beach date.
Seeing that Astra is down, Nesta's gonna
Run through
Phase around the troll.
phase around the troll. He will move straight up to the zombie, out of the troll's melee range. Take a disadvantaged opportunity attack. Oh, nice. Doesn't hit, and the other one's a crit. So, and he will give himself advantage and try and stab this damn zombie. Yeah. I'm not going to roll the sneak attack dice.
It would kill it.
It's going to kill it. It has 3 hit points.
Does it get up or no?
It wouldn't be able to.
I don't think it could.
Okay.
Okay, that one goes down. Stupid zombie who fell off the edge.
Yes.
Here you go.
Just gonna move into the fray, I guess.
Still can't get there.
And then the one on Sariel. Double slam action. On a Friday night. Both of those are gonna hit. One's a 17
Yeah.
and the other one's a 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
For...
Can I shield against the 17?
Yes.
I will shield against the 17.
Okay, so you just take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
She's still up!
Thank
Just!
Hanging on by a thread.
Absolute thread. Hang on. Shield.
And then there's the one, the hunter's marked one.
Yes.
between Vanden and Cassian.
Yeah.
It's just gonna. It's got advantage on Cassian.
Yeah.
First slam attack is a crit
Yeah.
for 8 points. And the other one is a 19 on the dice,
Uh-huh.
so an extra 7 points.
I've just lost my temporary hit points.
Good for you!
Sariel.
Gotta get rid of this fucking troll.
Girl, take a potion!
No!
Please take a potion. Please take a potion.
Astra's down and is like,
Yeah, but you're not going to be down too.
And then the people least equipped for healing are up.
how rough is the troll looking?
Not that rough.
Fuck. She will drop her concentration on the lightning storm so that fades, and cast healing spirit to cast the hair next to Astra, and he will take 4 points of healing.
You're back on your feet.
Thank you. And that's a bonus action. So she will try and primal savagery the zombie next to her again to just get it down.
Okay.
Please. Natural 20!
Nice.
Nice.
So, 22 points of acid damage.
Nice. It's still up.
Oh my god!
It hadn't taken any damage when you became incapacitated. But it's looking considerably rougher.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Hair. Yes.
Okay. Seeing Astra drop, seeing Sariel swaying on her feet, Cassian still hallucinating. It's win time.
Oh, buddy! Bust out of that armour that you got lent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seeing all this happening around him, Vanden just was trying to resist doing this in borrowed armour, busts his wings out, and the back of the armour plate just explodes off. He's going to action surge, risk the opportunity to act, and turn back towards the troll.
You only need to just do a little shimmy around.
Yeah, he's still in.
You're still in the other guy's
Range.
melee
Oh,
range.
nice.
You just need to turn around.
Cool.
Yeah.
In which case,
Every now and then I fall apart.
moving his hunter's mark as a bonus action.
Onto the troll.
He's going to take his first swing with the longsword. Nice. That's a 26. Hunter's mark plus 7 radiant damage. Nice. So that's 14, 15, 22.
Nice.
Just turns around, hair starting to float slightly, eyes glowing, and just slashes out at this thing, a burst of radiant energy off his sword, and then he'll swing again. Onto the board, apparently.
Crit! Yes!
Come on, please don't be a 1.
Come on, buddy.
Yes. 6, so 12, 16 points.
Nice.
The troll is looking very rough.
Good.
Okay, but it's the troll's turn.
Turn of the troll.
Turning its attention onto Vanden after he busts out his wings and turns around to attack it. It's going to make its attacks against him.
Takes the wall with it, I guess.
So, now flanking with the tiny zombie. The first one is going to hit. Okay, you see again this like necrotic energy seeping over him, but he shrugs most of it off. It will attack with its claws. That will hit. And that will hit. It just chomps down with his teeth, and with it locked in its jaw, it just slashes at him with both claws.
Oh god.
Just this guy from the first group of zombies.
Guess he'll attack Cassian.
Yep.
He do be there.
You do have advantage.
Slam. That's 12.
No.
Slam. That's a 15.
Nope.
Nice. Despite the advantage and the fact that Cassian is standing still, this zombie just
Cassian just sways in the right way.
misses on both attempts. Astra, your turn.
Can the troll make a Wiz 12 save for me, please?
Ooh. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's 11.
Oh my god!
It's got a -1.
thank God. And because it's taking damage, I get to roll d12s for Toll the Dead.
Yes!
It's just going to hear the sound of like woodland bells, like made of carved out like logs. And that's 21 damage.
Is it necrotic?
Yes.
You see it concentrating on the bells, but nothing happens.
Okay. And then just Sariel's going to get some hit points back with healing word.
Okay.
And Astra's just like, I feel like shit. Oh my god!
Oh, that's cruel.
Is it all one?
That's disgusting.
All ones, you get 6 hit points back.
Still good, but
Still something.
still summon.
Astra's not fucking with it right now.
It's valid.
Cassian, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Knock yourself out of this!
Come on.
It's not in the tray.
Nice!
21.
You snap out of this whatever you were hallucinating, something that was making you happy, back to this scene in front of you. Vanden's wings out and these claws like driven through his body. Astra swaying on his feet, Sariel swaying on her feet. What do you want to do?
Fuck the zombies. I'm taking both my Eldritch Blasts against the troll.
Okay.
One's 14, but one's well above 20.
One of them hits.
5 points of force damage.
You have the floor.
Oh, okay. Just like Vanden's wings fucking perfectly frame the path to its ugly head. And Cassian just shoots up behind it,
Nice.
takes it out right in the
Eldritch
brain.
blast explodes through the skull of this horrid creature, and the head explodes. Claws sliding out of Vanden, it just slumps down to the floor.
Bye!
Small fries only now.
You can move that.
Goodbye, big fucker.
Oh my god.
Bye, big fucker.
Are you doing anything else?
I will take out my sword and hold it menacingly at the zombies.
Nestor's turn, he just raises an eyebrow slightly. And will move up to flank behind the zombie next to Cassian. Might as well.
Got advantage anyway because it's
Yeah.
still verified.
Yeah, because Astra went down.
The cloak did that though.
Oh, it did, didn't it? Cool, still with advantage. Okay.
Super advantage.
And no one was surprised.
Decimates it.
Does he need to roll?
It has 6 hit points, but I want to know.
Yeah.
You want to know how badly it's fucked?
How dead is it?
Oh, it's not getting back up again. I'm not going to roll
Yeah.
the con check to get it back up again.
Yeah.
As it goes down.
Zombos.
Okay. The 3 remaining zombos.
Yes. Oh my god, finally this one has enough movement to go in and get some action.
You just returned to flank Cassian in the spot the other one just came down from. This one's still on Sariel, so I don't see why it would move. First one, flanking Cassian. Come on and slam. That's over 20 on the first attack. Second attack is over 20.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6 and 6. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The second one will one attack at you and one at Vanden. Advantage on you isn't going to hit.
Nice.
On Vanden isn't going to hit.
Nice.
And the third one on Sariel. That's cocked. Isn't going to hit.
Cool.
At the top of round, Sariel.
Bonus action, she'll move the rabbit to Vanden
Okay,
to heal 4 points.
thank you.
And Actione will try and get this thing down, Primal Savagery, the zombie on her again. No, 7.
7 doesn't hit.
Nope.
As you tend to like to describe, you get your claws right through a hole in the zombie and you feel its gross body fluids seeping down your arm.
The worst.
Guess I'm saying
Vanden's
that.
turn.
You have a hunter's mark, which you can
Move on to the nearest zombo. Although I should do a concentration check for those 3 attacks. Ooh. No, it's gone.
Okay.
We'll just swing a straight up longsword attack against the...
Like, his wings, there is a space that he can flank from, his wings just won't allow him
That's
to
fine.
physically get there.
So advantage is going to hit.
Turn.
For 8 plus 7, 15 points of damage. Okay, it's starting to look rough.
Good.
Take a second attack against it at advantage. Also going to hit. It's on its last legs now. Astra.
From where I am, like, slumped against the gate, just like, covered in blood, just point a finger over towards the zombie near Sariel and cast Guiding Bolt towards it.
Please. This is one wily zombie.
It goes wide.
Goes wide as ever. Guiding Bolt is never on my fucking side.
It got the Cassian last time a bunch of times.
Yeah, true. Not what I want it to be.
Okay, and you're staying where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, be safe.
Stay away.
That's fair enough, Cassian.
Sword burst. Could both of the zombos on me please make a dex save?
Nice.
As a sea of spectral swords just go.
A 13 and a 3.
They both fail.
Nice.
They take 11 points of force damage each.
Okay, so the one between you and Vanden goes down. Let me just check if it gets back up again. So it needs to be a 16. It does not.
Nice.
The other one is still on its feet.
Okay.
Relentless.
Nestor is flanking with you.
He sure is.
Yeah, that's going to hit. And it doesn't get back up.
Nice.
So that one goes down between Nestor and Cassian.
One more left.
One more. This wily bastard.
That one is going to try and slam Sariel.
Slam real.
For a 12. Doesn't hit.
Nope.
Sariel, it's your turn.
Trying to get any just getting weaker and weaker. It's primal savagery.
Yay!
It's 23.
That hits.
5 points of acid damage.
It's still up.
Worse than the troll it is.
Just go down! Go down, please!
Oh, okay. Vanden is going to, with no other enemies, fly over to Astra and channel healing hands into him, restore 7 hit points.
Thank you.
Come on, buddy. You look rough.
Feel it.
It's your turn.
Old man Astra noises. I am once again attempting a guiding motherfucking bolt.
Do it!
I am once again missing the guiding bolt.
Oh.
Yes.
Some blood gets in my eyes from where it's pouring from my head, and I'm just like, oh, I missed again.
I mean, he thought there were no more enemies, but seeing Astra just fire wide off in a direction is going to be like, huh?
Hello?
Oh.
You now see Sariel like, help, help, trying to claw at this last zombie.
Gonna shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts towards it, like, fuck off. One's a dirty 20 and one's 26.
Nice. Roll your damage.
It will take 18 points of force damage.
You have the floor.
Again, just brains it with force.
Why?
It explodes backwards off Sariel and hits the wall.
Oh, she just like slumps down on the floor.
How's everybody feeling?
Not great.
Should we get inside somewhere and have a bit of a stop?
Oh, we don't know what's inside yet.
Well, then get in some cover here and have a bit of a stop.
The dust figuratively settles, although the most of the spores in the air, the small firefly-like ones that were here when you first arrived, still float around in this courtyard.
Can we sort of try and look around to see where there is the least concentration of spores to have like a little short rest in?
You can. isn't hard to find. You can find sort of a slightly covered area away from most of the plants in the back corner of the courtyard.
Kind of grab any loose crates and stuff and make ourselves a little hidey hole.
As you sort of limp over towards it, you become very aware of how brutalized your bodies feel after this fight. Cassian, you're doing the best, but you can already feel bruises forming on the front and back of your torso where these like zombie plant-like creatures were just slamming into you over and over again. Sariel, your left shoulder has a massive teeth mark from these sort of like 4-inch molars in this thing's mouth. Your clothes are soaked through with blood and the saliva of this troll. The stench coming off your body and the pain from this throbbing ache in your shoulder is quite intense. Vanden has busted this armor that he's wearing. The front piece is barely hanging on and he just pulls it off. He's got 2 large gouges in his side where the claws just went into him.
Oh.
And Astra has blood pouring from his skull around the base of his horn. There's a crack, sort of hairline running up the horn.
Ooh.
And a laceration on his back, on his shoulder, in the shape of the iron crisscross of the portcullis gate. As Nesta drops his spectral form, you can see as well that he's got slashes across his clothing. He's sort of shifting towards the corner.
Right.
That could have gone better.
Can we take a break, please?
Yes.
I think definitely.
Everyone needs some seeing too. Yes.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Vanden will sort of fold his wings behind his back and put an arm around Astra to help him towards the corner.
Cassian's gonna try and steady Sariel.
And the 5 of you can slope off into this corner where Cassian's pulled boxes and crates to sit on so that you can kind of rest more comfortably. That wasn't 20 people.
No.
This means there's probably more of them. If not survivors, but I'm not particularly hopeful with those spores.
To be avoided best.
But we've taken the keep.
We've taken the keep. Now we just need to find the information.
We can take our time. We should close up the gates so that no one else wanders in.
I'll go do that. I'll go over and see to it.
You can go to the front doors and just kind of tug them shut again,
Yeah.
and then winch the portcullis back down.
Any of the zombies that kind of fell around that area, just sort of pull them out so that they're not stuck on the other side where other people might bump into them. But like, leave them in view so if anyone comes to see, they're like, I should turn around.
Zara's gonna summon the hair into her arms and just hold it for a minute. And we'll use inspiration that she had from Astra to add on to her healing with it. 7 points of healing. And we'll, I guess, give 2 points of healing to Nesta and Cassian when Cassian comes back.
Vanden is going to immediately chug a potion of greater healing for, I believe it's 20 points of 20 hit points back.
Yeah.
Yeah, to concentrate.
Astra will do the same.
Cassian's going to roll some of his hit die.
Oh yeah, hit die as well. Take a short
We're
rest.
taking a short rest as well.
Zara's gonna use a regular potion of healing for 10 hit points back.
Having seen, I guess, plant zombies and having these spores around, even though he hasn't technically like taken any poison damage or anything, Cassian's just gonna sort of anticipate the potential for it. Take the 2 vials of sleeping poison from Angelique's room and put them in the ring.
To get poison resistance.
So he has 2 charges in the ring and he also now has poison resistance.
Tight.
Nice. Everyone sits back against the crates, has some water, maybe a fistful of meat jerky or bread or cheese, something to get your energy back as you rest for an hour.
Chug some potions.
Yeah. As you do, Vanden gets out the blueprint of the entire fortress again and lays it out. points to all of the various different rooms. So now you're here, you can see more clearly that this ground level, it's sort of like a kind of like a diamond shape, like a traditional like point at one end gets wider, point at the other end. This first courtyard is like almost like a triangle, and then where you climbed up to on the stairs earlier, on the mezzanine courtyard, is a smaller triangle, and so the outer wall of the fortress itself contains all of the rooms, and then there's this square tower in the middle with the keep in it. Vanden points out the different rooms, sort of marked but not notated on the map as to what they are. I think we're just going to have to try everything.
There's none that we can just rule out as probably useless.
Well, maybe useless towards information regarding Fires, but we don't know where we're going to find something to do with what's happening here, and I want to know.
Okay.
Besides, it's a smuggling den. Who knows what else we're going to find?
I'm sure we'll have quite the haul.
Down here on the courtyard, there is the door near the portcullis, which is pretty close to where you're sitting while you rest, which is closed. The smashed open door, like sort of the other side of you where you're sitting, which the troll came out of. Then there is one more door, the staircase up, and then a door at the bottom of the square keep in the middle. So there's 4 doors on this story.
Is there anywhere in particular where, like, the plant and mushroom life is more concentrated, like to suggest where it originated, or?
It definitely seems to come from out of the smashed open door, but also from the other one closest to you, that's next to the portcullis, which is still closed. There seems to be like thicker roots and veins of plants coming out from those 2 spaces.
It's got multiple origins then, wherever this fungus came from.
Should we see where the troll came from first? Because I feel like that's probably a dead end. And then other places will lead us all over.
Yeah.
Astra?
Are you doing okay?
It's just getting like a cloth and some water, just kind of dab the blood off of his face a bit.
The pain's definitely subsided now that you've taken a potion, received a little bit of magical healing. But there's definitely a throbbing ache in your head.
Lead the way. We can't take too long, can we?
Well, really, we've got the whole afternoon now.
No one else is getting in, that's for sure.
And DuPont's not meant to be here till later.
Well, we need to make sure that it's safe if anyone else does come.
You can't have this stuff spreading.
No.
If I think in my head, can everyone else still hear me?
For the first half of your rest period, yes, and then it fades away.
Okay, so we don't have that as like a channel of open communication?
No.
No worries.
But then the mushrooms could hear us as well.
The whole time while you rest and talk, Nestor just stands. He's not far away from you, but he stands sort of leaning back against the wall, listening to what you're talking about, but not really giving any input.
Examiner.
Yeah. Call over to him. Thank you for your help.
That's okay. I'm just glad that you're still all in one piece.
Just about.
Right. Into the troll zone.
You head for the broken open door. Immediately inside of it, there is a staircase down.
left our horses on the boat in Lone Rock and we just left. Goodbye. No. Oh no. Goodbye, horses.
Oh God, I feel so bad.
We just forgot. Oh well.
You head for the broken open door. Immediately inside of it, there is a staircase down. And at the bottom is a heavy door with 3 locks that has already been busted off its hinges. It looks like it's exploded outwards, like the troll just bashed its way through. Through it, you see a basement prison chamber. But rather than being lined with cells or anything, this prison is a large chamber with a ceiling that immediately draws your eye for how different it is from the architecture of the fortress. It's vaulted with ribbed Gothic arches carved into the ceiling. They seem to be supported by several limestone columns, each of which seem to be marked with random carvings, maybe made by prisoners from the building's ancient history. One of these columns is completely crippled, with the hole through to the courtyard above it where it's collapsed. Around this column you can see the bent remains of huge heavy chains that look like they must have contained the troll. However, most chilling of all down here, the source of the fungus spreading out of the door comes from the far end of the prison chamber. You can see more fungal growth crawling across the walls and the floor. A nausea washes over you again as you realise you're looking at another body. Skin yellow and stretched thin where it has seemingly exploded into fungus up the wall. Spores drift around the lifeless body like midges in a swamp. The legs are crumpled underneath it, the arms thrown outwards as though the individual had been forced backwards, either by an exterior force or a surge of interior agony. The skull has burst open, the lower jaw hanging open as if in a silent scream. More pulsing threads of mycelia trail outwards from the ruptured skull, which looks almost organic, as if it had grown there out of the stone it's stuck to. The trails snake up the wall and reach out to the clusters of fungi and mushrooms growing throughout this room. More toadstools and fleshy plant life clings to the greying skin of the corpse, their reeking earthy floral scent mingling with rotting tissue. The ribcage sprouts leaf matter and mushrooms as though they were organs inside the body.
Love annihilation.
Yeah, right.
Whoever this person was, they seem to be wearing similar clothing to the other bodies. Looking inside the shattered skull, dried blood mats the little hair that's left at the back of the head. Trailing down to the neck, you see lumps of glistening brain tissue. Trails of the thin tendrils seem to have latched inside the skull, spreading outwards like a halo.
Free action to throw up.
Absolutely. As you watch in horror, you swear you see the rotting brain matter throbbing and pulsing slightly, as if even this one is still very much somewhat alive.
Out of my bag, I'm going to take a torch.
Okay.
And use prestidigitation to light it up, and then just press the fire tip of it to the body.
The effect is instantaneous. It catches up all the throbbing veins. All of the roots around the room start to like writhe and sort of wither, almost as if they're in pain themselves, as the fire engulfs this body, and what is left of the bone matter even starts to incinerate. It takes a couple of minutes for it all to burn away, but luckily the hole in the ceiling allows the smoke just to rise out freely.
Good.
You notice that the rest of the veins, like back up near the door, where the sort of the burning stops, are still throbbing.
We need to follow these to the other
Source.
This isn't natural.
No.
Fire at least. Has everybody got a torch? Just in case.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I can stand back and light it up.
Whatever works.
Yeah, I've got one.
If you go yours out, I'll light yours as well then with it.
I realised I can light it with druidcraft as well.
Ah, nice.
So
Prestidigitation, druidcraft. Just the little things.
Yes.
Lighting fires.
lighting fires, making flowers.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You follow the veins like a string all the way back up to where you rested. Back towards the other door, the closed one. It's not locked.
Does it open or is it like held
It
fast?
opens with a slight tug. As you do pull it, you see like the little tendrils of roots sort of pull away from the door where they've been growing inside this room. Inside you see what must be a guard room. It's a simplistic space with a table and 2 chairs, a slit window for watching the entrance. On the table you can see a dragon chess game in progress on a very fine dragon chess board, an empty wine bottle. On the floor a wine glass is smashed. And then on a side table you see a parcel opened with its brown paper still hanging open, overspilling with rot and fungal matter. It looks like this must be the source of what's going on here, based on this knot of plant life sitting on top of it. You can get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I want to investigate this plant matter.
Well, also, like, looking at the thing that it was wrapped in, there's not a return address, is there? If lost, please send back to...
There's no return address, but what you do find is that the parcel is addressed to Ulfrin Dremmer, and it has a simple note tucked underneath it that you can sort of pull out of the plant life.
Yes.
The note simply says, "Perhaps next time you'll consider twice before you turn on me, N.A."
Not available.
Just show that to everyone.
Can we, I know this sounds gross, can we hang on to that?
Can I light this up now?
Just a second. Can we, like, examine the plant matter, either, like, from a nature perspective or an arcana perspective to see if we can get any more information from
Make a nature check.
Yes.
Mr. Nature.
it? I will assist you, Mr. Nature.
Thank you. I have +8 to nature,
Yes, do it.
please. 19.
19. Okay. You find in the middle what kind of looks like a seed, and you can use like daggers or anything you want to sort of pry the roots apart so you don't have to touch it with your hands. It's like, it's got the exterior husk of a seed, but it's kind of the shape of a human heart. Inside, it pulses slightly with an orange glow, as if alive. It doesn't look like any plant you've ever heard of.
Just with this heart seed in my hands, just... Has anybody seen anything like this before?
No. Even Nesta from the doorway is just like, I don't think so.
Is it giving off any magical aura?
Not at all.
Okay. He's just plant.
It gives off the aura of being natural, but not in any way that you have considered anything natural before.
Destroy it.
I'm gonna put it back in its like little
Paper
nest
case.
and just press my fire to the end of it.
The roots around the room once again writhe, all of them twisting like they're trying to claw away from the source of the heat. But before long, this strange pulsing seed just ignites completely. And the heat seems to spread all the way down the veins, and they turn to a crisp. And it stops moving.
Good.
That's something.
So this was sent to a traitor.
N.A.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
No.
I mean, it could mean a million things.
Whoever they are really means business. If this was just meant for one person, they've wiped out a whole fort.
Well, an organisation. Makes sense.
Let's look around and see if we can find any clues.
Is there anything worthwhile in this room besides the smashed remains of someone's dragon chess game?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Investigation.
16.
21.
11.
Okay. I would say Astra and Cassian, you both spot as you sort of flick through the ashes of the veins. just a single iron key. It's hanging like on the table. There's like a hook on one of the legs underneath it, so it's not easy to find, and just an iron key hanging there.
That could be useful.
Yeah. Why did you grab it? Might need it to get down further.
Sure. Grab.
I personally am gonna just take the nice looking chest set as well.
Okay, yeah, you can, now that the plants have turned to ash, you can basically just brush it off and pick it up. I mean, it's entirely there, the whole set.
Nice.
It was in the middle of a game.
Any leftover wine that hasn't been smashed?
There's some in the open bottle if you're interested.
Not in the open bottle, thank you.
I'm gonna prestidigitate the chest board and then just put the pieces inside and fold it in to myself.
So close it up into a little case.
Astra's gonna play dragon chess.
Gotta sell that, mate.
Oh, fair.
With that, there's nothing else in this space. It's a small room.
Okay.
There's 2 more doors down here and the stairs up to the next level.
Should we sweep this floor
Yeah.
first?
Okay. You find neither of these doors locked. The first one is a simple storage room that looks like maybe they were using it as an armory. It has no windows and many weapon racks. It's mostly been emptied. You think they've either taken the armor for themselves or sold it if it was here in the first place. But there is still one old suit of armor which is rusting, a rusted shield, several spears and pikes, some arrows like littered in the corner, and some miscellaneous short swords. There's nothing of interest. The next room is the one at the base of the keep. It's like built into the square tower. This small and unassuming room is actually a now cold forge. There's several tables on here with weapons in them, mostly unfinished by the look of it. One wall has a huge shelving unit with dozens of pigeonhole-like shelves containing different metal ores. Whilst the forge is clearly part of the original design of the fortress, it's, as you walk over to it, you realise it's still slightly warm, like it was lit several hours ago and has slowly gone out, and it's clearly been used recently.
Is there anything in the forge itself?
Not actually inside the forge fire, but on the tables there are unfinished short swords, a long sword, a hand axe. They're not quite in a state of usability, but you can see that the smugglers were clearly experimenting on them with different components, as some of them have like different shining colours in the metals and such.
Any Firium precious?
Okay, so you look along the shelves and you find different metal ores. You can probably all recognise iron, copper, steel. There's a little bit of gold, like powdered in one of the jars. Some arachite, which you reckon is matching Vanden's armour. Something you don't recognise, and then what Cassian, Sariel and Vanden will immediately recognise now as Firium. And this sort of copper slice of metal with green and yellow running through it. There's also a jar of the same odd dried seaweed from Sanskrit, along with other various components.
Ooh.
I'd like to take the Firium.
Sure.
Or pick it up and just sort of go. This could be useful if we want anything crafted later on.
Maybe.
Sure.
Why not? It has arcane properties.
How about the powdered gold?
Useful for spells. Why don't you hold on to that?
Might as well take all the little bits of like iron and stuff, because that can be used for
Sure.
spell
You have a bag of
components.
holding.
Yeah.
You can just sweep the metal ores and the spell components into
Including
the
the
bag.
one that none of us recognise.
The arachite will be good if Vanden continues to bust up his expensive armour.
He
Yes.
got hit in the back with an axe
You
and
did
giant
that to
sling.
yourself.
I did it to myself. That wasn't his fault.
Yes.
Okay. With that, the weapons aren't finished. You figure it's probably not worth taking them. But you head on out, and the last place to go down here is the stairs up to the next piece of courtyard.
Go up those stairs, precious.
Laugh thinking about the zombie that fell off them.
This second courtyard on the mezzanine level is a smaller raised terrace that looks like it has some remnants of a campfire in the middle of it, a few empty ale bottles around them, and then suddenly there's a flurry of movement at knee level. You see that the door inside is ajar, and a goose is loose in the courtyard.
It's a beautiful day in the
fortress, and you are a horrible goose.
It comes flying out, honking like "Mah, mah, mah," and comes towards you. It's going to come towards Cassian first
Birds!
and try and peck.
Cassian and birds.
Swerve.
You manage to just dodge out of the way, and it's just flapping its wings. You have no idea whether it belonged to the fortress or whether it's just landed here by some chance.
Please.
Astra casts speak with animals on himself. Can you calm down, please? I've got a throbbing headache.
What?
I said calm down.
You're in my house.
No, we're not.
Yes, this is my house.
No, it's not.
You see Astra honking at the goose just furiously honking back. This is my house right here.
Okay.
Honk!
I'm too-
honk!
Listen, I'm too tired for your bullshit right now, goose.
Make an intimidation check against the goose.
Goose.
It's a nat 1, so 7.
It's going to charge towards you and try
Oh
and peck
god!
you. That's a net 1.
It charges towards me and I grab its neck, just like, no.
Astra grabs this goose by the neck. It's just wriggling around.
Listen, I've just had my horn cracked and I am very tired. We're just looking around and then you can do whatever you want.
This is my house.
Astra, if it's giving you trouble, tell it it would make a nice plump meal for the rest of us.
See if it knows anything about the mushrooms.
Do you know anything about what's been going on here in your house?
Yes.
What?
Last night, they dragged a man downstairs. This morning, everyone was dead. Now it's my house. Chase can't take this.
Continue. I'll just be here. I'm just going to pull some bread out of the back of my back pocket and just hand it like towards the goose.
Chomp.
Okay.
It just holds the bread in its mouth like.
That's for you, for the information. Now, do not think you've got a nicer house if you don't live inside a fort made of stone. Otherwise, leave. You've got wings, right?
It holds up its wings. One of them has a clip down it.
Oh,
And it's got a little tag.
Oh no.
It swallows the bread. Honk!
Make a wisdom 12 save.
God! It's a 10.
It's charmed by me and animal friendship, it's now my friend. For 24 hours, it's now my friend.
It swallows the bread and is like, I like you.
Oh, thank God.
And it just settles down.
Okay. You can just hang out with us if you want, but we're just going to go look around, okay?
Do you have any more bread?
I do. Great. Do you know anything about that man that they brought back?
No.
Okay.
Do you have any more bread?
Yes.
Can I have the bread?
I would just take a loaf out and just throw it down the stairs that we just came up.
Neck cranes around and then it just, flapping its wings like it's trying to fly, honk, 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 runs down into the courtyard to eat the bread.
Oh my god. Right.
You can see Nesta now just...
It thinks it's his house now.
Anything useful?
Not really. A man got dragged in last night, but
Isn't that what you said you saw?
I did.
Was it
And then the man.
the exploding?
Yes. From what I saw last night, he looked like he was wearing their outfit.
Yeah, he looked like he was one of them, and he was writhing around, but he wasn't making any noise. Like, he wasn't screaming to be let go.
Oh, couldn't be that.
Perhaps he was the one that opened the parcel and there was something else in there that got him first.
Maybe. I don't know. But either way, the goose shouldn't give us any more trouble.
Okay. Great. Birds hate me.
They really do, don't they?
The seagulls back home, even worse.
Harry Styles, cancers hate him.
I cannot tell you the amount of times I've been sat on the beach having a little picnic to myself and seagulls steal my grapes.
That's
Fine.
just what seagulls do.
Yes, but
But you and the parrot, that was something else.
ravens as well.
I feel like words have been spread about you between the animal kingdom.
Oh, the words from the birds.
Yes. The birds have spread their words.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
But why don't they like you then?
Well, apparently people want me assassinated, so tosses his hair. Anyway. Nesta!
From here, there's another small staircase up to the next, floor of rooms, and then there's the one door the goose came out of.
We'll go check out where the goose came from.
There's another goose. This one is aggressive.
This one's aggressive.
Aggressive.
Honk!
God.
You enter the next space. This room looks like it was traditionally some sort of dining hall for the fortress. In the centre, a long table with 24 seats lines the room, but any formal furniture around the walls has been mostly smashed up, maybe for firewood.
Maybe it was the goose.
Maybe it was the goose. There is still food laid out on the table. It looks like perhaps the goose was chowing down on the remains of this dinner.
And it wants the whole loaf of bread, greedy bugger.
There's also a large map of the Shaste laid out on the table with several pieces of string pinned into it.
Ooh. Where?
They seem to depict sort of random locations. If you want to figure anything else out, make an investigation check.
Please.
Please.
Individually or?
As well.
Make one person with advantage.
Who's got the better investigation?
I've got
Plus
plus three.
I've got +2.
That's very cocked. 14.
14, okay. It takes a few minutes of poring over the map, but the string seems to depict different sailing routes that seem to avoid major docks in towns. They all seem to stop maybe half a mile or a mile out of town. You imagine must indicate different ports of call that the river runners use on the regular in various towns around the lake, as well as a tributary that seems to head towards what you know to be Sanskrit, and beyond to Lakeside, a route right into the heart of Fang. There's even a line back towards Farrelstad.
Well, this is good to know.
Seems that they could be quite widespread.
If we take this, then we can hand it in to someone who might be able to better use it.
What do you think?
Nesta just clears his throat.
Like, what do you think, Nestor? It might be useful for you and your lot.
Definitely. Comes over towards it.
I mean, surely there's other subsections of river runners out there.
Definitely.
This definitely confirms that they're operating as far north as Lakeside, and he just pops open one of the scroll cases, pulls out a map of the Shaste of his own. You see it's got various marks on it in different colours and stuff like that. You can keep on exploring, give me a few minutes with this.
Sure thing.
Is there anything else noteworthy in this room?
Not still.
Okay. We'll just go out again towards any of the doors and cast thaumaturgy before we get to them, so they should just open before we get there.
Well, so you have to go up to the next level on a small set of stairs now, which is like, that room was separate to the next floor, not quite as tall ceilings, and now you're on the second floor of the building. The first room you come across, you cast thaumaturgy, and it against a massive iron lock.
I'm going to pull out the chime of opening. Just
The sound just rings through the whole space, and the lock just and falls off.
thaumaturgy.
The door opens, and you see what looks like it was once a grand hall. It's been transformed into a huge storage space, containing maybe 30 chests, crates, and barrels. This is where the smugglers seem to store their goods.
Nice.
Excellent.
Goods.
We go through the goods.
Yeah, we'll
We
step
take
in
the
and start
goods.
having a look through.
Everybody make me an individual investigation check.
Oh, crit! 22!
Yeah, crit. Also 22. No, 23.
Right, so
Despite all the chests being laid out, I find nothing. I got a 6.
oh, there's still stuff to find at 6. And then 22.
22, 23, 6.
And then I got a 15, so... Okay.
Is the plant life and mushroom spreading up to here as well? Like,
There are spores in the air. This room is contained completely. It seems perfectly safe.
We'll close the door behind
But
us
like
then to keep it.
in like the corridors and stuff that we've been
Yeah,
walking
there's
through.
like... It's harder to track now that you've turned it all to ash, but there's definitely spores and ash like floating around in these corridors.
But spores can't lockpick, so.
Okay, Sariel. Everyone starts digging through various stuff. You find a selection of stuff that they were smuggling. There's barrels of cheese, dried hides, which you can make a nature check on in a minute, water damaged bolts of fine fabric, a sealed chest that's like you find it inside another crate. You find jars of sugar and pepper and various spices and a whole crate of metal ore that looks like it's Firium. You also find some very risque artwork. You open one of the crates, it's like a taller and thinner one, and it's like a stack of 10 or more paintings that are all nude or very provocative. They've all been stacked up, and some of them look to be noble figures. It doesn't seem to be anyone you recognise, but risque artwork.
Blushes a little bit. Can I identify the hides?
Yes.
Nature.
I'd say make a nature check with advantage.
19?
19. Okay. They are scaled hides, and it takes you a little while to figure it out specifically, but it's wyvern hide.
Ooh.
There's 3 of them.
Okay. Can that be used to make armor? Or like...
Could make hide armor.
Okay, cool.
Very fancy hide.
Very fancy hide armor. And there was a locked box inside?
It's not locked, it's just sealed with nails.
Okay, I'll try and start like trying to prise it open.
Okay.
I guess.
We will get to you prizing that open in a minute.
Yep.
A selection of other stuff gets found through the room. Claws and teeth from large mountain-dwelling creatures like lions or boars. Several jugs of moonshine, by the look of it. There are a couple of things of coffee. The 2 small cases of a strange dust, a fine golden powder that smells like a spice you can't put your finger on. There's blueprints for an iron golem, which Vanden digs out and holds up like,
Oh no.
Now who's building that?
Hopefully no one has just been in here.
hopefully. And folds that up and gives it to you to put in the bag. You find a bunch of weapons and armour which on closer inspection look to be counterfeit, like they wouldn't hold up in battle. You find a crate of non-magical medicine which has a note attached to the top that says Fang. Some jars of preserved organs. All of these are marked Arseno.
Wait a minute.
Oh shit.
Ring of Wayfaring?
Mm-hmm.
Hoomst.
Okay.
Vanden seems particularly stumped by several East Caldera Company crates. And they could be stolen, but he's just sort of staring at them like, containing tea, brandy, furs and silks and tobacco.
Dum.
Smugglers get their hands on a lot of things, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More concerned about the Arseno.
Yes. Your
Holds up the teleportation ring.
ring comes from a strange source.
Worth paying attention to. He's going to take that piece of paper as well with the name on it.
Mm.
And finally, you two, with your very, very high investigation checks,
We are looking.
you find a bag of necromancy spell scrolls.
Ooh.
One is for life transference,
Ooh.
another is inflict wounds, and one is speak with dead.
Ooh.
You find a bag of 5 topaz gems, which Cassian you can value to about 40 gold pieces each,
Nice.
and a set of manacles with an arcane vibe to them and spikes on the inside.
Oh.
Ooh. I'm gonna keep a hold of those. And grab the necromancy spell scrolls.
Sariel, as everyone else is investigating, you finally use your dagger to pry the lid off this last crate, and just the foulest stench of fish. As you open it up, and it's just a crate full of fish that had been sealed in order to stop it stinking. Sorry! It just, the smell of fish that are slowly pickling just fills the whole room.
Slap the lid down.
Gross.
That's rancid. Sorry! That's okay. What do we want to take, if anything?
Supplies that we could use and things that are worth selling that won't seem suspicious.
Yes.
Some of it should go to the town, things like the cheeses and the produce and stuff, not the fish.
Not the fish. Well, to be fair, if we clear this place out, they can probably send...
Come and get the rest of it.
Yes, we can't carry all of this.
No.
Should we take the tea and the coffee? Just for us?
Sounds good.
I'll put the tea and coffee in the bag.
There's all this wyvern hide which could be used for armour.
Oh, great. We can put that away then.
Okay, the rest we can send to the town for. Although Vanden will take a piece of parchment and write a note saying counterfeit and stuff it with the weapons and the armour so that the townsfolk don't believe that they're suddenly very well armoured.
Yeah.
Should we keep exploring?
Yeah. You continue onwards. At this point, Nestor is coming back up the stairs. Just, just joins your ranks without asking any questions.
You've got information about people, Nestor? What do you know about Arsenal?
Arsenal. Doesn't ring a bell.
Is this something you think you can find out?
I can certainly try.
Okay.
Though in that case, we'll give him the piece of paper with the name on it, with the spelling. You continue to the next row of rooms. It's like a single door, and then it's 3 doors in sort of a mini little corridor that leads to the bedrooms. They look like they were... You thaumaturgy, you open it up, you see all 4 of these doors open with thaumaturgy, and you hear some shuffling in one of the rooms.
Another goose.
Prepare.
If there's anyone down there, then you should probably come on out.
Oh, great.
At least we know what it is.
Let's go get it.
Well, hang on a second. We've just found a scroll that would let us speak with dead. As long as we don't destroy them, maybe we can talk to the original owner of the body.
Do you think you can do that?
Do you think you can speak with undead?
If we fell it, but make sure it's still intact, we can question it.
Okay.
Just once.
We might as well use it.
Exactly.
Try it out.
I'll stay back and try and set it on fire.
I think that would probably destroy it.
Oh, it's true.
Let's just go in and get rid of it.
We just want to... As long as the head is intact.
Yes.
Does it look like one of the ones we fought before?
Sort of peer around the door frame, look towards it.
Does it look like a big meaty
It
ball from a
looks-
zombie?
It looks very similar to the ones you fought before, but actually now looking at it, it looks like 2 people who have stuck together with plant growth, and they're just sort of shuffling helplessly.
Oh no! Let's get it!
Let's just get it. Let's just unleash all at once.
So everybody can move in and unleash an attack. And probably without rolling for it, before this thing can get to you. It seems to be stuck on the other side of the beds.
Okay.
You unleash a cacophony of spells. Nestor fires a few hand crossbow bolts towards it until both of the corpses, and you realise you have to take them both down before it just drops and hangs there. Off the vines there, it's like trapped around the end of the bed. Okay.
Cassian's gonna get out the scroll just to make sure everyone knows how this spell works.
So you grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice. The corpse must still have a mouth, can't be undead. You can ask it up to 5 questions. It only knows what it knew in life. Answers are brief, cryptic, or repetitive.
Okay. We have 5 questions. What do we want to ask?
Do we want to ask this one, or do we want to try and find the leader of this place first?
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
We can always come back to it.
Yeah, is there any like distinctive like clothing that it's wearing or?
No distinctive clothing, although you can see that these rooms look like they were once like grand bedrooms that have been converted into bunk rooms
Okay.
with several bedrolls on frames.
Okay, I'm going to take a guess that this isn't the leader, considering it's not 7 foot tall.
Yeah, we're looking for a big one.
Okay.
Shall we search anyway?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
12.
14.
Okay, I've got a 17, so you dig around. Sariel, you find under one bed
Fish.
a I'm sorry, I can't read this out loud.
Oh no.
I told you the Discord helped me to sign this.
Oh,
fucking
no.
fortress.
Oh no.
Just get
God damn it, Discord!
What have you done?
What have you done?
I love it so much.
Get it out.
You killed R!
Murderers!
It was really funny and then I had to say it out loud.
Deep breath.
Okay. Sariel, under one bed you find a plumbing.
Plumbing what?
You're crying.
Sariel, under.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
What is it?
Plumbing.
Send it to the Discord. Under one bed, you find a plumbing manual called "Hiding Your Crap: Do-It-Yourself Plumbing for Discreet Admittance Building." Okay.
I found nothing, how about you?
Found shit.
Found shit all!
Astra and Cassian, you find a debit and credit ledger for betting between the different smugglers, and a small wooden box with the word savings carved onto the lid, containing 20 silver pieces and 10 copper.
It's not even worth it.
I'm still going to take it, because why not?
And then,
To 20 silver, 10 copper.
yes,
More money for Astra.
and Vanden pulls out a diary that he flips through to some very uninteresting entries until the most recent one.
Oh.
The most recent one, which he turns, leans on the wall and reads out loud, says, Gideon opened the parcel that arrived for Ulfrin. The whole thing was gross, filled with some kind of fungus. He was okay for a couple of days, but he started coughing up spores today. I don't know how else to describe it. Ulfrin had him thrown in the prison before he could make anyone sick.
Too late!
Too late.
So it came a few days ago.
It took a few days to take hold.
I wonder who sent that parcel in.
Should we, when we get out of here,
Visit the temple and ask for some,
yes,
some disease healing. Just in
yes, just in case.
At least we've got a few days.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. You move onwards. You find another storage area in what looks like it was a heraldic hall with old tattered banners hanging up now. You see in the middle a odd plinth with a book sitting on top of it. The plinth is surrounded by a circle of salt.
Okay. Tiptoeing over to carefully see what the book is.
As you take a closer look, you can see an obvious glyph of warding on the floor, preventing anyone from standing too close to the plinth.
Careful.
Someone throw something at it.
Frostbite.
You cross the glyph of warding, and before the spell can touch the book, the glyph goes off, like, in a flash of what looks like it might be electricity, and then the glyph fades away. There's still this circle of salt.
Step over it
Nothing happens.
and look at the book tentatively.
Reach out for it a little nervously and open the first page. There's nothing inside. Flick through and find just blank pages. Can you make a wisdom save?
Oh.
Sure. 11.
Okay. You close the book again.
Okay.
Looking at this odd blank book.
Is there anything on the cover?
Nothing. It's just a brown leather cover with
What is
those
it?
pages.
It's just blank. And I don't have any sense that anything's gone on.
Nope.
Cool.
Can you pick it up? Take it out of the circle?
You can pick it up.
Pick it up. Step back.
Oh no. Oh.
That's how you learn.
You take 28 points of psychic damage,
Ooh.
Okay.
and then you just feel like holding onto the book.
But have I left the circle or am I still in it?
Yeah, as you stepped out.
Stepped out.
You okay?
Oh, something really hurt my head then. Never mind.
Is there any vibe coming off the book?
Make an Arcana check.
I'd like to vibe check the book as well.
Put it in my bag.
17.
19.
You feel a slight arcane aura, but nothing particularly potent.
Okay.
It's still completely blank cover. Cassian, you can even just show that it's blank.
It's in my bag now.
Okay.
Are you sure about that? Hanging on to it?
Well, I put it in a weird place, so it's worth studying. See if it's got anything secret or maybe invisible ink.
Seems worthwhile.
Sariel will remember this.
There's also several bookshelves in here, and you can just sort of browse across them to have a look. Most of the crates contain much of the same, like food supplies they were smuggling, or maybe spices you imagine were probably sneaking out under the tax radar from somewhere. You find a book entitled Dragons and Dungeons, which seems to map out odd tombs detailing dragons that on second look don't seem to be real places or real creatures.
What a stupid book.
Honestly, who would buy that?
It'll never catch on.
You find a book on extinct plants that's written in an old form of druidic.
Can I read it? Or
You can flick through it. They all seem to be... It's just a book of, like, a botanist's book of what kinds of plants you could find around, but
Okay.
none of them exist anymore.
Oh.
There's a book on sailing techniques, Astra, that you open, and you see a little handwritten note that says, "Look at page 76."
I look at page 76.
It says, "Haha, you have been fooled."
Can you hellish rebuke her?
take psychic damage.
Astra just puts the book back on the shelf. There's no humour right now.
Oh, Astra!
You find a book of easy disguises for emergencies, giving detailed disguise outfits and notes for certain roles, like how to impersonate a guard, or the easiest ways to pretend to be a noble.
Pass it to Vanden like, you could use this.
Okay. You find a poetry book about the Baron of Fang.
Oh my
The
god.
stuff inside is absolutely filthy. It is exceptionally lewd poetry about Baron Serena.
At his expense, or saying
Quite
like,
lustful.
Oh no!
oh no.
Are they all written by Baron Serena?
No. They seem to be written by a variety of authors.
Huh.
This is a compilation book. And you realise that, looking up, it's on a shelf that has been labelled in like a small strip of paper, banned books. There are a few other ones on here. A book on life extension using necromancy. A book called The Insurgent's Manifesto. A book called The Vecna Verses, containing the secrets of undeath, largely written in Abyssal. A handwritten book in very scratchy handwriting entitled Gratz's Secret Garden. detailing supposedly a witch's personal experience with the demon lord Gratz.
Oh my god. Filthy.
Lewd.
And you find a wizard's spell book on this shelf with spells up to level 5, slightly scuffed and bloodstained. You move on, looking over these books and thinking, okay. You find a latrine where someone has clearly thrown up something fungal into the bowl.
Ew.
It's now growing over the edges of the seat.
Set fire to it.
You can set fire to it. There's a cupboard above the sink slightly open.
Having a look into the cupboard with my torch ready just in case.
You flick it open with the torch up, and all it illuminates is a jar of powder with a label on it that says "for hair." It has an arcane vibe.
Took it down and look at it.
You look it over. It's just a simple jar. It has a cap that pops off, and underneath it holes like a salt shaker. And you sniff it. It smells quite nice and floral, but it's just got this odd arcane aura.
You can identify it later.
For hair.
For hair.
I put it in my bag.
Which Astra has much.
I put it in my bag.
Okay. You carry onwards to the next door, which has once again a small iron lock.
We have a small iron
We do have a small iron key.
It does not fit in.
Boo.
Is there any way of...
Chime.
Okay. Can everybody make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh my god.
14.
Including Nestor, because he's still stood with you.
Yeah.
And Vanden.
Van always with the fucking low wisdom saves. That's a 12. And Nestor got a 18.
Wise.
20.
So 20.
8.
14.
Okay. So the 8, the 14, and Vanden's 12 all fail as the three of you are just hypnotic patterned in a flash as another glyph goes off on the door.
I will start using my action to shake people out of it.
You can just smack them, and Nestor again is. Just a piece of advice. Maybe look for traps now that you know there's traps here.
Just a piece of advice. I don't need your attitude right now.
You push the door open. You realise that a small enchanted bell on the desk is now ringing as well, like an alarm has been set off.
Is anyone home?
This is an office space. There is a desk and a few chests of drawers with, you imagine papers inside of them, fine plush curtains, and on the back wall, a mounted taxidermy head, which has a goat, a wyvern, and a lion head.
Oh.
It looks poorly taxidermied, but for a moment you think, is that a chimera?
No.
Then you approach closer and you think, oh, I think that's actually
Fox.
you get closer and you realise it's just a goat, a wyvern, and a lion's head. They've just been mounted quite nicely to look like a chimera.
Mm-hmm.
The wyvern head is kind of limp.
Poo brain.
If you want to find things in the office, make me an investigation check.
Uh, 20.
8.
5.
8 as well. Wow. Okay. Cassian, Sariel, and Vanden all make your way over to some of the side drawers and start pulling them open. And you notice that other than some maps of the Shaste and various other areas of Caldera, there's just huge stacks of paper that have been sealed with the Shaste Trade Alliance seal, but they're all blank.
Ooh.
Astra, you find a fair amount of important stuff inside the desk.
All of it.
One of them you find seems to be documentation pertaining to what you at first think is the picking up of slaves in the northwest corner of the Shaste. However, you read it again, and it suggests that they have escaped from Riven. 2 human males, both under 20, who look extremely overworked, and 1 pale-haired elven female skinny and scarred. The note says that she doesn't talk very much, but passage to the north side of the lake was given to the female. You get the gist that they were helping them escape rather than trading them.
Is there a date on it or like a timeline?
It looks like it from about 8 months ago.
Sariel. When you left Driven, how did you get out?
How did I get out of that place, you mean, or how?
The area. Did you take a boat across the Chase at all?
Mostly on foot.
I'm going to pass you the documentation. It looks that they helped somebody else. Sounds like your description, but
This wasn't me. Did it say where it was, like, where they were heading?
It just says the north side of the lake.
Thank you. I'll just take it and sit with it for a sec.
sure.
You keep digging through the desk and say, having found that, the others can join you and dig up the rest of this stuff. You find documents pertaining to stolen arms from Ferrostat, which are being shipped towards Fang, towards somewhere called the Requiem. Astra, you find a dagger with arcane runes down the blade.
Okay. Astra keeps it.
Okay. You find a ledger with some notable things about who was buying what or wanting what in which place. The burned remains of a rejected shipment order of preserved organs to go towards what you can imagine finishes as arseno. It's like burned most of it off.
Right.
An old letter dated some 6 months ago pertaining to transactions with an R Turquoise in Sanskrit.
Oh God. Fucking fight.
And you find, folded up inside an envelope, a handwritten letter. It says, Alfred, I am going to need your assistance on this. The poison has to be administered to von Kaiberg in small doses, otherwise it's going to look obvious that he's been poisoned. I know you have a direct connection with the Lord's Manor. I'll pay you healthily. 2,000 gold and a position within the Merchants Guild once it's all said and done. SM.
Oh! What name does that go
Oh,
with?
beach!
Sylvette Marion.
Sylvette Marion. Okay. Pass that letter in particular to Cassian.
Ooh, beach!
Fucking wench.
So she was working with him just to try and betray him anyway.
A piece of shit. I actually thought maybe she'd be a decent ruler.
Let's hang on to it.
Yeah.
We should confront her over that.
Yes. And the physician was then perhaps actually trying to heal him.
Nestor, can you give her to this thing on his throat?
Not right now, but I can arrange for it very, very soon.
The sooner the better. Alright, let's keep looking around then.
See if we can actually find Ulfrin.
You can flick quickly through the ledger of buying and wanting. There's a lot of stuff, but there are some notable things. 10 copies of that book, The Insurgents Manifesto, were headed for Fang by the end of Endal. You find another copy of the blueprints of the Iron Golem, smaller this time, going to an M in Ferres. You find a shipment of 5 cases of gold dust from Merrin's Walk Canal to a Lord Crowther. Anti-magic manacles due to Fang, and a separate order for 5 crates of medical supplies. The capture of uncommon live goods heading northwest to a buyer only known as the Hunter. Those are the things that stick out.
Creepy.
The mention of anti-magic manacles, does this like match up with
Yes.
the stuff that we found?
And in fact, the order is due for the end of this month, which means that must be the set they were going to send.
Anti-magic manacles.
You move onwards. You pick through a kitchen with a bunch of dried herbs hanging around, abandoned food preparation that looks like it's only a few hours old.
Can we take that manifesto, sorry, before we, like...
The ledger?
Yeah, the ledger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You find your way to an old chapel that looks like it was once the chapel to whatever noble family occasionally used this fort. It looks mostly disused as you enter it, but the highest windows are dusty, many of the pews are the same. But there's signs that a couple of people do still come in and out of here and pray. Makeshift symbols of Avandra have been hung up, the area is clean, some mostly fresh flowers are sat still on the altar. You keep moving through, past a third courtyard, up another set of stairs. You make your way to the final floor. You find another room with a lock on the outside, but the lock's already been completely defeated. This is another huge great hall with floors of tiled black and white chevrons. This looks like the fanciest room in here that perhaps once was used for entertainment. All the furniture has been moved to the sides of the room, making a large space in the centre, which is lined with bedrolls and bloody bandages, a pile of used medicine, some defeated manacles that have been wrenched off in another corner. It looks like these makeshift sleeping arrangements might have been, if they were helping perhaps escaped slaves, a place they allowed them to rest before they continued onwards. You move past another room which has a metal grate in the door. This one is just simply locked. Peering through it, you see an exceptionally dusty and disused torture room with various historic torture devices.
No.
It looks like this has just been untouched for decades.
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
Finally, you find a master suite bedroom. In here, it's the only room with a double bed. It has a wardrobe, a couple of bedside tables, a small bureau. Finally, make an investigation check.
Finally.
Dirty 20.
22.
21.
21, okay. I'd say all three of you then. The first thing you're drawn to is the bed, which clearly has blood and bile coughed up onto the pillow,
Oh no.
which has quickly grown into lichen. It's sort of spreading out across the bed covers. There's not much to find in here in the connected bathroom. The bathroom has an odd white murky looking potion, which you can pocket. A scattering of skin and healthcare products, some of which look traditionally feminine scented, and a number of makeup items.
So that.
And the wardrobe, having seen this, you can go to and pull open. And as well as shirts and trousers, there's a number of dresses.
With the perfumes,
Mm-hmm.
do any of them smell like the one that Sylvette was wearing?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
And do any of the dresses look like the fashion style of anyone that we've met over the past few days?
Ingrid? Not really either.
Huh.
A woman.
A woman, but who?
Any sign of Ulfrin?
Not in here. So you keep going. You find a clerk's room, you find an old gallery where most of the art's been stripped off the walls and clearly packaged up to sell, if not sent away already. In here, there is one odd picture still hanging on a wall. Can everybody make me an intelligence saving throw?
What?
23.
9.
9.
Okay. Sariel and Vanden, absolutely fine. You two, you just walk right up to it. Like, get close and start examining it. It depicts a burial mound in the jungle. You're compelled to just take it off the wall, both of you. It's huge. You just lift it off together.
Yeah.
And just strip the picture off the frame itself.
What are you doing?
Me too.
Yeah.
We need to get this off here.
As they do, Sariel, a note falls out from where it was lodged into the back of the frame. Now they've stripped the picture out.
Go retrieve the note.
All it says is origin azurite, ? Too dangerous to sell.
Ooh. This is dangerous.
Rolling it up.
Stop! Stop!
We should probably put that away so we keep it safe.
Trying to slap them both out of it.
You just want to take this map.
Wrench it from them.
No.
This is too dangerous, it says. Too dangerous to sell.
We're not selling it.
We're just using it.
Make another intelligence save.
4.
Astra, you just kind of snap out of it.
What?
Stop!
There might be treasure at the end of it, Sariel.
With my
What
lit
if we need
torch, I'm going
use
to put
that?
it into the gap between his hands.
Oh! The picture goes up in flames. The flame turns purple for a moment, fizzles, and then it's gone.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that was, but it was dangerous.
Didn't like that.
No,
Okay,
I don't like it when things get in my head.
let's keep moving. You pass through into another outside area, and finally you see this last stretch of courtyard is actually the bridge over to the keep. Out here there's various ballista pointing down outside the walls, a few more in a state of repair or upgrade, and a large unlit metal bowl with firewood in it that looks like a beacon that, judging by the size of it, you think might be bright enough to see across the lake. You move up to the keep, and it has a heavy iron lock set into the door.
Can I arcana check the door
Sure.
for traps?
Make an investigation check for traps.
17.
17.
18, sorry.
18. You get down close and there's nothing magical, but then you do spot a familiar sight of like thin wires around the door frame moving inside.
It's trapped.
Okay.
Nestor, you look good at this sort of thing. Take that how you will.
Rolling his eyes a little, he crosses over, pulls a set of trap tools out of one of his pouches, kneels down, and just... You hear something on the other side just drop to the floor.
Thank you kindly.
You can use the iron key that you found to open the door to the keep. As you open it up, on the inside you see that one of the ballista has been positioned with a makeshift trap wire to fire at whoever pulls the door open.
Okay,
Christ.
As the wires have now dropped to the floor, nothing happens.
great.
This space contains a bed, another simple latrine, basic cooking area and defences, used for final defence if the castle's taken. And in the far corner, sat in a chair, you see Ulfrin. He has obvious fungal growths around his mouth and has run himself through with his sword. There is a note in his hand.
Ooh.
Would like to go over and see what the note says.
Pick it out of his fingers.
Try it out.
He doesn't move.
Okay.
The note says, "Hell has come for us. For all my sins, please don't let me become one of them."
Well, this is dark.
Do you have that scroll now?
Yes, what do we want to ask him? I would like to ask who stays in the master bedroom. As
Yes.
one question.
Who's Arsenal?
Who is Arsenal?
Who's NA? Who sent this parcel in the first place, you know?
Maybe what did he do to wrong this person?
Yes, or why was this sent your way? And
What his relationship with Sylvette is.
yes.
Okay. We want to be specific with the why was it sent his way, otherwise...
Because he could just say revenge or...
I'll see how he answers the other questions first.
Okay.
Unroll the spell scroll of Speak with Dead and channel arcane energy through it.
You channel some energy into it and start to cast the spell. As you do, the scroll just slowly sort of burns up and the spell casts out onto the body.
Threads of magic enter the skull.
And Ulfrin, in his state, moves his head upright and opens his eyes.
Who is the woman who stays in the master bedroom?
My wife.
Who is Arsenal?
Noxian Arseno.
N.A.
N.A. What did you do to so thoroughly wrong Noxian Arseno that he would undo you like this?
Pull out of an important
delivery.
You see, as he breathes, more spores they float out and just sort of pour down his body, but not with the same sort of aura as the undead ones.
What is your relationship with Sylvette Marion?
Different name.
Who is SM?
Oh no!
And then his eyes close again as his head flops. What does that mean? He doesn't know Sylvette?
A plant? A forgery?
Maybe.
Someone trying to frame her?
Something put there at any time or after the fact?
Or someone else with the initials SM.
He didn't know any SM.
Or she used an alias around him. I don't know.
Or he never saw the letter, I don't know.
Frustrating, but not the end.
We should get rid of his body though.
Looking over that note that was signed SM,
Mm-hmm.
like this is such a long shot, but just poring over anything, is there anything like weird about it?
Nothing, it's just a
Okay.
note written
I
in
have
ink
nothing
on
to
parchment.
compare to if it's a forgery or not.
We can always take it to her and see if it's a forgery. Try and get a handwriting sample or ask her.
Handwriting first, then compare it.
But we got something out of it, I suppose.
His wife.
And Noxie and Arsene.
He pulled out of an important deal.
Potentially those organs.
It seems strange considering they already had them.
Maybe something worse.
Well, things to consider, but I guess all we can do now is head back to Sylvette and try and sort this out first.
And go to the temple and sort ourselves out.
And maybe head to the Von Kaiberg estate. I mean, if he's been poisoned,
Then-
maybe he can be fixed.
That's true.
Well, let's search this space and then get out of here. Maybe one last investigation check.
12.
22!
19.
Okay.
I'm doing high on my investigations today.
I just would like to see.
Astra is out of it, apart from looking.
Okay. Cassian, you find 80 gold pieces and 40 silver pieces.
Ooh, that's
Lovely.
20 each and 10 each.
You find a weird small figurine of something that looks demonic. It feels like it's made of petrified flesh.
Oh, bad.
No. Simply no.
Just let go of that and step away from it. Who got the 18? Astra, you find a horn. It's just like a cow's horn, but it's got sort of bits of silver wrapped around it to embellish it, and the silver has runes carved into it. It's something okay.
I'll put that, strap that around my chest.
And Sariel, you find 2 matching items. One is 2 more little glass bottles with ships inside them.
Ooh.
They're nearly identical to the Lyra bird, apart from the fact we've had her painted now. The other one is blueprints for enchanting a river runner ship in a bottle.
You can have one each.
Endless shit. You've cracked it. We can make them and sell them.
But if we take one of them onto the ship, I don't know, like black holes in black
You
holes.
know that you can't put them in the bag of holding, and you can't store them in the ship when you put it back in the bottle.
But we
But if
can-
you take it onto the ship when it's not in the bottle, it wouldn't have an adverse effect. You
True.
don't have to take them. You can take the blueprints if you want to.
But if we take the others, then at least if the Larabelle gets hurt.
Smashed.
Then we've got another one. Okay, I'll take one of them, and do we take the blueprint?
Yeah. Yes.
I'll take the blueprint and
Okay.
screw it. I'll take both of them.
Yeah.
Spare ships.
Spare ships.
Yeah. As long as you keep them on your person,
Yeah.
you're never going to end up inside the Lyra or the bag of
Lyrebug!
the Lyra bird or the bag of holding. So
So what if we put Sariel in the bag of holding?
then she'll
I'll die!
Okay. You leave the keep again, and if you want to, you can burn Offrin's body.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess burn any of the bodies that we haven't yet.
Yeah.
Like the one that we left in case we needed to talk to it.
We'll put the weird little flesh doll you found on the body as we burn it as well, because I'm not comfortable with that just living around.
Nah.
It doesn't burn.
Oh no.
The body burns up, and the figurine stays sat there.
Does it look like anything in particular?
It is a ghastly figurine, grey, looks like something petrified, depicting a large-bellied demon with a skull face and horns, clutching a skull-topped wand in one hand and 3 severed heads in the other.
Word of radiance, please. On that.
Roll attack.
It's a con save.
I guess it can't make a con save.
I guess not.
Roll damage.
9 points of radiant.
The radiant damage hits the figurine. It's gone in an instant.
That'll do too.
That'll do.
I think we've learned a lesson from the carnival about things getting into wrong people's hands.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get back.
Can we burn up any like remaining
Yeah.
fleshy
Yeah.
plant life as well? Like on the bed and in the latrine.
Yeah. It's like as you move through, you can just pick back through the rooms and just set alight
Fire.
anything that looks like a plant, whether it's part of the rot or something else. You leave nothing plant-like in this fortress. Just a goose.
I'm gonna go up to the goose on the way out and just be like, I feel like you should probably move on. There's a better life out there rather than just in here.
Speak with animals doesn't last that long,
No, it doesn't.
so it's just going
But
to
it's
be
still my
like,
friend.
and it will waddle out of the fortress after you.
Nice.
When it sees the outside, it's like you get the impression this goose has been trapped in this fortress for quite a long time.
It has forgotten the wonders of the outside world.
It can jump straight from the bridge into the lake and just start swimming.
Bye.
Okay. From there, you've done everything that you could possibly do inside the fortress. You can maybe rig the portcullis to drop as you get through it. Like pull a rope out from underneath it so the winch goes down again and the gate closes.
Right. Should we contact Sylvette and speak with her, or...?
Maybe we should just go straight to her.
Okay.
It's probably not a conversation we want to have
Here.
here or in brief messages. Let's go.
Yes.
Make our way back to town.
Make my way.
You make your way back towards the town. You still see the camp of men still setting up. They didn't see you pass one way and they don't see you pass the other way.
Should we tell them?
Yes.
Hello!
And you see one of the, like a younger looking soldier stop. Hello?
Keep's been taken, don't worry about it.
You're kidding me.
You've lost your chance. Move on.
Yeah, we got in faster, sorry.
And you see him turn around and go and talk to a superior. Let's go before we have to deal with that.
Yes.
You continue onwards back to town. When you reach the borders of Ferres, Nesta says to you, I'll be close, but I'm going to leave this to you.
Thank you for your help again.
It's appreciated.
Wait, just pulls out his book and flicks through. It's probably easier to get in contact with you like this. Care to sign? It needs to be your real name if you're comfortable with that.
He reaches into one of his pouches, pulls out a quill, just leans over and writes 6 and tucks the quill away again. I will speak to you soon. And then just turns and walks away.
That's an even stranger name than Nesta.
What a strange fellow.
Let's get moving.
Okay. You find yourselves getting away from the fortress, breathing some fresh air again, starting to pep back up a little bit now that you're back out in clean lake air and trying not to breathe in spores. You find your way back through Ferguson in your various roughed up states, back to the white stone building with the wooden gabled roof and the russet painted shutters that was Sylvette's home, and you can knock on the door. It's Ingrid who comes to the door and is like, "You look rough."
Long day.
Feel rough.
Sylvie, Cassian and his friends are here.
Catch
Your prisoner and his friends are here. Prisoner and his besties.
Hey, bestie.
Hang on. And then you hear the telltale sound of Sylvette's heels as she comes out to the front door and is like, "Oh, okay, you better come in."
Hi, Sylvie.
Come on in. She gestures you inside. Inside, the decoration and ornamentation seems somewhat deliberate. A lot of it is practical, in some places getting a little bit threadbare, but there are some notable features like artisan vases, throw pillows of fine silk, an expensive rug that insinuate a woman who'd been used to finer things in life for a time, but had since fallen on harder times. Any semblance of her former life has been clung to through these possessions. She gestures to her couches for you to sit down and rest.
Take a sip.
Ingrid's like, "Oh, I'll get something to drink," and disappears through a door into the kitchen, looking like she's quite pleased to be helpful.
She's a sweetheart.
So that sits on an opposite reclining couch. "So how did it go?"
Not quite as we expected.
"Okay,
But it is done.
it is." Oh. Well then, the title is mine and the keep is the town's?
Not quite yet, I don't think.
Okay.
Some things we still need to figure out and settle.
May I have a sample of your handwriting?
I suppose so.
Please.
And Vanden will give her a piece of parchment. She gives you all a very odd look and just writes her name and then "This is a sample of my handwriting" and hands it back over. It doesn't match the note at all.
Someone's trying to frame you.
What? For what?
Did you know Wolfram had a wife?
No? No clue.
Can you think of anyone who would want to hurt you?
She suddenly looks quite withdrawn and concerned. I mean, I don't think I have any outright enemies, but plenty of people still don't like me.
Somebody was trying to make out that you were working with Wolfram and then betraying him by sending us there.
Well, I can promise you I've never been inside that fortress, and that would be completely stupid of me. Look, someone obviously knew that whoever beat the Lord's quest was gonna find that information. Someone's trying to set me up, and
Doesn't want you in charge.
I will be perfectly honest here. I'm happy to make an honest statement. If you can help me with this, then I will take that mark off right away.
Take it off now.
Okay. And she just disappears for a couple of minutes to go and rummage through her things and find the needle again. She looks genuinely shaken up.
Cool.
The plot thickens again.
At least she's going to take that off your neck now rather than later.
It couldn't be Ingrid, could it?
Peer towards the slightly ajar kitchen door. You think? She said she wasn't from around here.
Just because you say something doesn't mean it's true.
I'm sure no way of knowing for sure, but
It's not like you can just go around asking for every woman's handwriting samples.
Hmm. It's not even necessarily a woman's handwriting sample.
Exactly. Strange. The thing about the wife is strange, though. Can't recall seeing anyone dressed like that inside the fort.
Mm-mm. So whoever she wasn't there. Well, that's maybe we'll turn up more evidence if we keep going with the things we were going to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still need to go and see von Kyberg. See if
Yes,
we can do anything about this poison.
definitely, because I mean they don't even need to replace the Lake Lord if he's just going to be fine.
Exactly.
But still, we'll figure it out as we get to it.
Ingrid at this point comes out again with a tray of like juices and some wine if anyone wants it, and sets it down. It's like, is everything okay?
Just a lot of different factors at work in this that we hadn't originally anticipated.
Let's distract for a moment. Where are you from anyway? Let's just chat for a while.
Oh, my family were originally from up in Marlborough, but I grew up in Farrelstad.
Does it sound like a Ferrelstad accent?
Hers doesn't. It does sound somewhat like a Marlborough accent, though.
Okay.
My father is a member of the Eisenstadt Arms Guild, and we met through Sylvette's work.
How was Marlborough? We keep hearing about it recently.
It's a nice enough place. I mean, it's quite a similar culture to Farrelstad. Odd for places so separated across the map, but a lot flatter land, and the landscape here in the Chase is so much more beautiful.
And how long have you been with Sylvette?
Just a little over a year. You know, she's really sweet. Sometimes she's always constantly trying to impress my father, and then she acts like she has to impress me the same way, even though she's plenty impressive.
That she is.
She's definitely got trepidations. I think she just doesn't want to mess things up, but what else can you expect, to be honest? She sort of sits there like, I don't know where this line of questioning is going. They look like they're deep in thought. I'll just pour myself some juice.
She's going to just pull out his lute and just stop plucking and playing.
Okay. She just turns and sort of listens to it curiously.
Just plays. And then when it's been a minute, can you make me a DC 14 wisdom saving throw, please?
Ooh.
Okay.
That's just savage today.
Nope. That's a 10.
She's charmed by me.
Okay.
So she's now charmed by me for 1 hour.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
It's just really, really lovely music.
Thank you very much. You've been honest with us so far, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. I've got nothing to hide.
That's good to know. Do you know anything about Ulfrin?
Nothing more than what Sylvette's told me.
That's really good to know then.
Do you mind if I just see a sample of your handwriting for something?
Sure.
Just hand back the same piece of parchment that Sylvette wrote on.
Just sort of looks at it curiously and like, and just scrawls again. It's really windy, and she puts little hearts over the eyes.
And it doesn't match at all. I'm just being suspicious as hell.
Okay, fine. I will let the charm drop then.
I really appreciate you all helping her out. I know that you don't have much reason to trust her after the way that she acted. But I don't know, want to see her happy again?
She didn't mention what happened to her wife. We found that out from a tavern keeper.
It's quite sad, really, and I think that's one of the reasons for all the trepidations. She's always overly cautious with me.
I can imagine it's hard as well, especially with the farmers still living in the town.
But we both love Ferguson, and we don't really want to go anywhere else, so have to do what we can. And we travel a lot on the lake anyway. It's a really nice sense of freedom. I just think to myself, who would want to be trapped at home over the chance to, feel wind on your face, ground beneath your feet, take in new experiences. At this point you hear Silverback's heels clicking down the stairs again. Oh, that was a pain, but I found it. Come here. She'll get nice and close and press it against your neck again. And this time it feels cool as it releases. And finally you feel, you've gotten so used to it that you almost didn't feel the constricting feeling anymore, but suddenly you feel like you can breathe again.
That's much better, thank you.
It's okay. I just hope that you still want to help me now.
Well, we would like to get to the bottom of this.
That's good.
We're certain now you're not going to burn my friend's throat out.
Well, you can look as angry as you want, but considering what he did to my life, I think I'm quite justified, thank you.
So what's the plan?
Visit the Von Kaiberg estate?
Visit the temple.
And then what, get all of the candidates together, or try and see if we can figure anything else out before then?
I guess see what other information would pertain first.
Before we start accusing people of betraying each other and this, that.
How very chaste.
How very chaste.
We should get to the Lord's Manor first.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time, and we will do everything that we can to find the truth. Thank you. I will await hearing from you again then, I suppose.
Lady Marian.
She bows her head a little bit. And the two of them can, well, Ingrid will shove you back out the door and go, it was good to see you again.
You too. Stay safe.
From there, you start heading across the town. You remember seeing the first time the site of
Where the estate was.
Von Kaiberg's manor. Approaching from the outside, you see the residence of Lord Von Kaiberg, a grand manor house at the end of a long drive lined with native coniferous trees. The manor itself is constructed of pale limestone and adorned in an oppressive Gothic style. A flight of steps lead up to double doors of dark wood at the front, which are framed in detailed, ornate carvings. A terrace overlooks the front entrance, fenced in by pale stone balustrades and topped with carved humanoid figures, as though positioned to look down on the visitors below. Outside, the two guards stand sentry at the door. The party approaches up to them, and they, quite almost comically, cross their pikes. State your business.
We'd like to see Von Kaiberg, please.
What for? I don't know whether you heard this, but he's in a coma.
Yes, we had heard.
Well, we're not here for afternoon tea.
We have perhaps information pertaining to the nature of his coma.
You're going to have to be more forthcoming than that if you want to come inside.
We have reasons to suspect that someone has been poisoning him.
The two men kind of glance at each other.
And proof, but I think that goes above your head.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Thank you.
One of them looks at the other and nods and quickly hurries inside. And a house attendant comes back out and sort of gives you a little curtsy. Please follow me.
Thank you.
You're led in through the house. Moving through it, there seems to be a number of ornamental fittings and decorations that are all made of therium, copper glistening with the same veins of green and yellow. It's a pretty extravagant and ostentatious building as you move through it. A lot of the interior has no windows where the corridors and the grand lobby are. You're taken upstairs. Here you're led down a long hallway through double doors into an extravagant bedchamber. Within you see the stately bedroom of a lord, a four-poster bed adorned with finely embroidered blankets and tufted pillows. There's a low table of dark wood which is surrounded by a number of chairs with high carved backs and positioned before the bed, as though the lord may have had meetings with his closest confidants here in his younger days. A fireplace sits unlit in the far corner, and the closed reticulated windows do very little to keep in the heat. The room is noticeably frigid. Tapestries hang around the space, some recounting famous battles, others depicting the agriculture or fishing that the region is famous for. Making your way up to the four-poster bed, you see immediately the figure of von Kaiberg lying prone in the covers, his arms either side of him, a sleep mask covering his eyes. He is a portly, balding man with a grey moustache, his swollen belly making a mountain under the bedsheets. Something about the sight of him is extremely unnerving to behold as he lays there, unmoving, until you realise what it is. He isn't breathing. And I think that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh shit!
Was it too late?
Fuck! I'm pretty sure that's what I said last week, but fuck!
Who knows CPR?
Oh no! Kaiberg's dead!
Oh,
Shit.
Fuck.
oh no. We should have gone there first. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a lot once again.
Oh, I've traumatised Astra.
Yeah, cracked his horn!
I've made mean Astra.
No!
I have. I've
No,
made mean Astra.
this
He keeps
isn't-
being mean to my NPCs.
This isn't as bad as Mean Astra.
He keeps being mean to my NPCs.
Yes.
Is he being mean?
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Mean Astra is like mean for no reason.
This Astra's just tired.
I have a weird book. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh no.
You failed your whiz save, yay!
Yay! Always fun for the DM.
You found some things, huh?
Yeah,
So
I
many
bet you
Orcus
find out about
figurine?
those.
Yeah, why? Why Orcus?
It's fun.
I mean, Orcus said gay rights, but
Orcus did say gay rights.
You found slutty poetry about the Baron in Fang.
And
Awful.
just slutty images
With
that
Sariel
Sariel kept to
knows
herself.
Sarah opens portraits, sees one Bobby, closes portraits again. Oop.
Thank you for DMing.
Thanks for DMing.
Thank you guys for playing, and thank you very, very much for watching. We will see you again next week for the conclusive part of A Merchant's Revenge.
Maybe.
But until then, we are nyxrising, and we love you. Bye! Bye!
Yeah, B, grip it and rip it.
Blessed evening, friends. It's Sariel. Thank you for joining us once again. Tune in next week as the mysteries of Ferres finally unravel in the final part of The Merchant's Revenge. If you want to support the party's adventures, you can do so at patreon.com/nyxrising or grab yourself some merch over on Teespring. Special thank yous as always to our executive producers, Caitlin Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, Leah Moran, Mason Scott, Meghan Charles, Benedict Allen, Adira A, Katie B, Emily Hogarth, Jameson M, and Lissa. Until next time, may the Moon Mother's grace guide you, and we'll see you on Wednesday.